Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the 40th annual Houston Big Red Freakout here at the Houston Fieldhouse. My name is Perilous Garris, joined by Tyler Hutchinson here on RPI TV. We have a wonderful broadcast in store for you. It's the Engineers and the Quinnipiac Bobcats, Tyler, for the first time ever playing in the playing for the Big Red Freakout. It's a storied game. Goes back obviously to 1978, and the Engineers have obviously put in some big efforts in this game.
Well, absolutely, and it's for the local area in Troy here, Mardi Gras came early, it seems like. The Houston Fieldhouse is filling up tonight, so it's going to be an exciting game.
Almost always a sellout, kind of got its name and got notoriety from the rules that it created. The NCAA actually created a rule based on the fact that you weren't allowed to no longer give noisemakers after 1987 when it was way too loud. There was a lot of penalties, and the Engineers, I think, beat Brown 8-3 that year. But it's a big game no matter what the Engineers are doing this season. It looks to be the Engineers are on the rise a bit, although they are 7-24-1 overall this year. They have a Quinnipiac team here that historically the last few years have been great, but they're out of the top 20 for the first time since 2014. Maybe a chance to kind of snap a losing streak against Quinnipiac, and also to win on Freakout and avoid another 3-game Freakout losing streak.
Well, I think it's important for, tonight we can either be show dogs or hunting dogs. I'd much rather see the Engineers be hunting dogs tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how Quinnipiac comes out. They lost to Union last night 4-1. RPI coming off of a big 4-3 win over Princeton. They were able to close on a game, just their second one-goal win this year, Hutch. They're 2-8 now in one-goal games, but maybe a turning point that happened, maybe Coach Aber talks about maybe 6 weeks ago or so. The team started playing better hockey, and they've been doing a better job of closing out games. As we get so you can see there, Riley Bourbonnais putting home the first one, Hutch, and always good to get off a good start.
Riley Bourbonnais, when he's on the ice, he makes everyone better.
And here is Jake Morello's first collegiate goal. Great tip there on the shot from Wilson. Made it 2-0 RPI at the time. But Princeton had
gave it to Matt
an
Nelson.
answer here. There's a giveaway in the zone, something the Engineers have to avoid against this Quinnipiac team. As Ryan Kuffner makes him pay.
Quite clear the zone of excursion. Now Bourbonnais chipping to center with Paulino. Trying to turn into a 2-on-1. In front.
Patient play that time. Patrick Paulino finding Riley Bourbonnais for the goal there.
Good hustle on the other end. But you're an RPI fan for Riley Bourbonnais.
Princeton answering right back.
Nearly played with a high stick, now walking it in.
It's the defenseman with the wraparound, making it 3-2. So Princeton pulling a little bit tighter, but
being watched there by Tevis. Back to the point, Wilson. He'll pull it back and take a shot. He scores!
Picking up that goal. So you can see Hutch from last night's game, RPI able to get that 4-3 win. Important going into Freakout to not only have that confidence, but to bring that, to get that win. I know they were asked last night, I think Wilson was asked, there's nothing to play for anymore. And he said, no, it's actually not true. We want to win games so we can have that feeling going into the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always something to play for. That's just RPI. Freshman Morello scoring last night, and Riley Bourbonnais had a fantastic game, so we hope to see him drive us tonight.
And so we will get ready for the Freakout just moments away here from the Houston Fieldhouse. We hope you enjoy it. Should be a great game. Should be a packed house here in Troy.
Once again, good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to Rensselaer and Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's ECAC matchup between the Bobcats of Quinnipiac University and your Engineers of Rensselaer. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the visitors from Quinnipiac, starting in the goal, number 35, Andrew Shortridge. At left defense, number 25, Brogan Rafferty. At right defense is number 4, Connor Clifton. The starting forward line for Quinnipiac, at left wing, number 24, Bo Pieper. At center for the Bobcats, number 19, Tanner McMaster. And at right wing, number 16, Landon Smith. The rest of the Quinnipiac Bobcats and their head coach, Rand Pecknold. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Engineers of RPI. Leading your Engineers on the ice tonight, the junior engineer, please welcome William McLaughlin. Starting in the goal, a sophomore from Andover, Minnesota, number 35, Chase Perry. At left defense, a junior from Calgary, Alberta, number 13, Jared Wilson. At right defense, he's a senior from Edina, Minnesota, number 2, Parker Reno. The starting forward line for the Engineers, at left wing, a junior from Edina, Minnesota, number 23, Lou Nenny. At center is a sophomore from St. Mary's, Ontario, number 21, Brady Whiffen. And at right wing, a junior from Stockholm, Sweden, number 12, Victor Liljegren. The rest of the Engineers and their head coach, Seth Eppert. The assistant coaches, Brian Vines and Nolan Graham. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as the RPI pep band will play the national anthems of Canada and the United States of America.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
wonderful rendition touch of the national anthem of Canada and the U.S. We're just about set for the 40th Big Red Freakout, and Hutch, two goaltenders that did not play against the opposing team the last time these two teams met in December. What's going to be important for these two youngsters? Well,
one being a freshman and a sophomore with his first season with the Engineers, probably not to let the crowd get into their head. Just play level and play good hockey like they're used to.
Big crowd, big environment for both of these two. They will be tested. Chase Perry, we'll talk about it later. He's been very good as of late. And for Shortridge, Andrew Shortridge, a big chance for him. Hasn't had a whole lot of starting opportunities, a few in his freshman year. We'll see how he responds to the big stage.
Yeah, absolutely. With a slight edge in the save percentage, I think it's going to be a good contest for both goalies tonight.
RPI scored 4 goals last night, trying to keep that going, keep the offense going here at Freakout. We are underway, Hutch, in the 40th Big Red Freakout. Lots of colors out there, very colorful looking sheet of ice. It's the Quinnipiac Bobcats in their first ever Big Red Freakout. Moving it in, a quick shot and a quick save. Off that shot there from Tanner McMaster. 6 goals on the year for him. Shot right back in by the Bobcats. Quinnipiac blue and gold in their colors. RPI wearing their road reds as is the tradition. And, of course, the Big Red Freakout centering pass intercepted by Liljegren, but then given away. Some early game jitters as it's Landon Smith for the Bobcats carrying. Hands it off top of the zone there for McNernett. Given away, a chance to break. A breakaway for Bourbonnais. Walking right in, off the post and out. Great chance right away there for Riley Bourbonnais. Was not able to convert. Now Prapavesis. You can expect these teams to be flying here early on in this game. Patrick Polino on the puck now. Freshman from Buffalo. Work it back to the point. Shot wide there from Prapavesis. Caroms around for KJ Tiffenworth. Out to center. Tipped in deep. As the Bobcats will chase. Bradley Bell firing it around. Kept in at the point by Carlos Shuksta. Freshman from Latvia. Now a shot from the point. Blocked there by Bourbonnais. One of the best. Up his 44 the year right there. Quinnipiac back into its own zone. It's Tiffenworth and Hutch. Lots of energy as you'd expect early on.
I mean, it's excellent. You see Jared Wilson, big junior, 6'3", 200-pound junior throwing his body around. Riley Bourbonnais with a breakaway chance. A lot of energy in this building.
Shots are 1-0 Quinnipiac. Of course, the shot off the post on the breakaway from Bourbonnais does not count in that category. Now a quick shot and a save by Perry. On the try by Kevin Duane, 6'5", 210. Kept in at the point by Brogan Rafferty. Freshman with 22 points on the season. 2 defensemen lead this team in scoring. He and Chase Prisky at 23 and 22 points. There's a shot tipped on goal. Good deflection there from Craig Martin, the sophomore, on a trail BC. But again, Perry makes the save. He's up to 3 stops early. Connor Clifton flipping into the zone. Charlie Manley will pick it up now for RPI. Goal and assist for the Buffalo, New York native. In his first campaign with the Engineers. Now Jake Wood for DeVito. Worked into the zone. RPI trying to change. Quinnipiac trying to catch him. Moving into the zone now. Good hit behind the net by Reno. Puck comes free. One-time shot blocked there. Nice stick handle to get free, but then given away by Rodriguez. Thrown through. They were looking for Logan Mick, who was a late add to the lineup as Tim Clifton, the senior, is out of the lineup. Very late scratch for the Bobcats, so one of the 2 Cliftons out. He is their top scoring forward. We'll see how that affects things. Played back into the RPI zone. Max Reisinger is on a personal 2-game assist streak. Works it back for Wilson. He picked up a goal and assist last night. And Hutch mentioned very big, 6'3", over 200 pounds is Wilson.
Ryan's Wake
had a
is
big
proud
goal.
to sponsor
Eventually, the
tonight's
game winner
Chugga
last night,
Puck
his 10th of the
promotion.
year.
Don't forget,
Which is
purchase your puck
absolutely,
before the end of the
fantastic. So he's
second
using
period
that as some
to
momentum going
participate in
into
the Ryan's
tonight.
Wake Chugga Puck
hopefully
competition.
carry this,
Ryan's Wake,
carry this
proud
squad
to
just a
support
little bit,
RPI hockey.
with that physical presence on the ice.
Engineers shoot it in. Losing his stick there was Andrew Shortridge, the freshman from Anchorage. And he gets some help from a teammate as Chuksta was able to go back and pick it up for him. And now back into the attacking zone. A glove save by Perry, as it was McMaster who was looking for a tip close in, trying to get a late redirection on that shot. Didn't get it, and Perry was able to hold on to it.
No, Perry saw that the whole way, and I think after a big 40 save night last night, he's going to see the puck tonight, and hopefully he's just feeling that hot streak and comfortable between the cage there.
Yeah, there's a certain thought to seeing a lot of shots, Hutch, and he obviously saw a lot last night. One shy of his career high of 41.
Tonight's game time temperature 49 degrees. Brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts
night
new
for him.
cold brew
he gave
coffee.
Up 3 goals,
rich and smooth,
but
full body
he's able to keep
taste.
his team in
It makes it a coffee like no other. Just like your engineers.
We can see that
RPI runs on Dunkin'.
Face-off coming up in the RPI zone. A little under 4 minutes in. Shots are 4-0 Quinnipiac early, but that's no surprise. They take a lot of shots. Here's another one that whistles wide from Chuksta. 6'2", 215, has 4 goals and 8 assists on the year. Here's Liljegren in the corner. He's bottled up there by Derek Smith, senior captain, one of the 2 captains for this Quinnipiac team. Now Liljegren, a shot right on, shoulder or chest save made by Shortridge. And taking over once again is Chuksta, who's seen a lot of the puck early. Play broken up at the Quinnipiac line. Bourbonnais nearly stole it away from Landon Smith, but it's the Bobcats to regather in their own end.
I think that play on the blue line there was Brady Whiffen.
Yeah, he made a play, and then Bourbonnais tried to steal it away. Tipped in deep by the Bobcats. They'll chase. Tiffenworth can't get to it before the Engineers move it back to center. Riley Bourbonnais with it there. 2 goals last night. Leads the team with 15. Great move in. Riley scores! Will Riley jumping into the play, picks up his 2nd collegiate goal, and he gets the Engineers on the board early here at the Freakout.
You know, Riley obviously sticking that goal, or sticking that puck in the back of the net, but you know, Bourbonnais dangles in the neutral zone and, you know, has great vision, finds Riley, and he puts him in the back of the net. That is great teamwork.
Great saucer pass on the backhand. You get a look from inside the net. Look at that. Nothing Shortridge could do about it. Might have hit both posts on his way in.
That's a beautiful shot. Look at that just roll there. Just dropped right in.
1-0 RPI. They take the lead, and it's a good sign when the Engineers score first. 5-7-0 on the year when they do so. Chase Presky for the Bobcats, sophomore from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Dumping it in. Whalen trying to track it down. Help behind by Chase Perry, the sophomore goaltender from Andover, Minnesota. Former Wenatchee Wild as the Engineers ice it. Perry over his last 9 games, Hutch. 4-5-0. The record's not spectacular, but 213 goals against, 9.43 save percentage. Those are the kind of numbers that will win you a lot of games in college hockey.
Those are, you're absolutely right, Perry. Those are some impressive numbers.
Face-off coming up in the RPI zone. One back shot coming, blocked in front, picked up by
RPI's first goal of the night brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts new cold brew coffee.
Polino's in
and
deep, throws a hit into Brogan
number
Rafferty.
24, Will
Now
Riley.
Tierney's trying to jam in front. Glove stop, and he could not be held. Polino picks it up. Polino trying to backhand it to the point, gave it away. Whalen trying to jump on the puck. He works it ahead for Rafferty, and now it's picked up by Dwayne. Back to the point, Rafferty turning away from Polino. And now back to Dwayne. He used the glass. Whalen's wrapped up there by Wilson. Shoveled up the wall where it's kept in. Germain fires one on goal and a stick save by Perry. Parker Reno, alternate captain from Edina, Minnesota, up ahead for Jake Wood. Wood in a bit of a scoring slump, looking to snap that here at the Big Red Freakout. Wood's last goal coming against Clarkson. His last home goal against RIT way back in October. Shot around for Mick. A late add to the lineup. He'll flick it out to center. Gloved back into the zone by Charlie Manley. That draws a whistle on and offside. 13:49 on the clock. Shots are now 5-3. Engineers catching up a bit in that department, including the goal.
Well, I mean, that is what we like to see here with an early start for the Engineers. Anytime they can put one in the back that early, it's a good sign.
And you know Quinnipiac's going to generate a lot of shots. You still want to limit them. I know they had, I think, the 55 in Hampton last time out in December, but I'd like to bring that number down just a bit.
Just a bit, especially with their blue liners as their leading scorers on the ice right now. I mean, let's keep those shots low.
Landon Smith ahead. Too far for him. Picked up by the goal scorer, Will Riley. Right back into the zone. Jimmy DeVito had an assist last night against Princeton. Now Bourbonnais. Prapavessis a shot. Save made. Rebound loose, and it squeaks just wide. Shortridge having trouble with the rebounds early in this one, as it's picked up by Smith and lobbed in. That being Landon Smith. There's a couple of Smiths, and I guess tonight only one Clifton. As if you're just joining us, Tim Clifton was a very late scratch in this game. Logan Mick, the freshman from Armstrong, BC, is in for him. Quinnipiac on the move. Shot and a goal from the wall. It snuck through Perry. I don't know how, but we're tied at 1.
I don't know how that got through either. He must have took his eye off the puck, or maybe those bright yellow jerseys and a lot of flashing around there. There was some creative puck moving, but I think Chase Perry's going to want that one back.
Carlos Chuksa with the goal, his 5th of the season. Freshman from Riga, Latvia. And former Chicago Steel has tied the game at 1. And look back to earlier in the year, those are the kind of goals that Chase Perry, Cam Hackett were giving up. 1 or 2 a game. It was a detriment, of course, to the psyche of the team. But more recently, seemed as though Chase Perry had eliminated those from his game. And now, as a huge hit is thrown by Wilson to get the crowd going a bit here, we have ourselves a 1-1 game, and now a whistle. And then we'll draw things up, I believe. And the Quinnipiac end. Referees tonight, C.J. Hannafin, RPI Classic 2005. Tori Mazzola, the referees. The linesmen are Glenn Cook and James Shea.
Well, there you have Jared Wilson laying the body there. Center ice. It was a fantastic hit.
Engineers don't have a lot of size. The size they do have, they need to use it.
They definitely need to use it. And Jared Wilson just showed he can use it.
Puck along the wall. Nanny had it knocked away. He gives a shove. It's Reno pinching in. Good find. Nanny. Slot. Whiffin. Wrister coming. Went wide. Good gather at the side of the cage by Tiffenworth. The senior from Belmore, New York, will work it out to center before they dump it in. Reno picked up assist number 6 on the year last night for the Engineers.
And they can't hold on there.
Go ahead. Leads the team, does Reno, with 53 block shots. As again, the Engineers are one of the top teams in the country in that department. Liljegren trying to shoot it in. It was broken up. And now a chance to break for the Bobcats. 2-on-1. Whalen walking in. Lost the puck. Centering pass. Broken up by a sliding Prapavessis. And waiting in his crease to cover was Perry.
That was a Prapavessis. That was a very heads-up play. Sliding, taking one.
Face off here. Lob to center. It'll be chased down by Chuksta, the goal scorer. He'll hand it across for Smith, and now it's out to center. 11:25 to go. First period of the 40th Big Red Freakout at the Houston Fieldhouse. A 1-1 game. Here's Landon Smith walking in. Shot and a goal right over the shoulder of Perry. It's 2-1. And the Bobcats have their first lead.
Well, that was just a very, very good shot. He put that upper 90 top shelf. It's going to be tough to save that one.
As you can see, 7th of the year for Landon Smith, the junior from Greenwood Village, Colorado. And you get another look at that going right up top.
It might have went off Chase Perry's shoulder there.
May have got a piece of it?
I think he might have got a piece of it.
Face off at center ice. After the Bobcats have taken their first lead. Here's Chase Prisky. He'll ring it in. Stopped there by Perry. Left from Manley. He'll try the near side. Flip towards goal. We got a penalty coming up here. There's a player down in the corner.
Down.
Looks like Jake Wood. And potentially a boarding call here Tara Patnaud is out to have a look-see. We'll see what the official word is here, but headed to the box is Kevin Duane, the 6'5", 210 junior.
You know, Kevin Duane and Jake Wood, a little bit mismatched there in size. 6'5" versus a 5'8" frame. I didn't see the hit. I don't know if it was cheap or anything unintentional, but
we're going to throw it down to Sarah Till, who's somewhere along the glass. Where are you? There she is.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, Perry.
Hello.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Fantastic, other than that last goal.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate play there. We're glad to see Jake Woods all well, though. So, a very exciting first half here. We have 3 goals so far, a lot of shots, and a lot of momentum for both sides. Quick transitions. It's going to be a great night.
Thanks, Sarah. Reporting from down low. You had probably the better angle on that hit than we did. And we'll go back to Sarah again later on. Some more solid info for us. Here's Bourbonnais across for Riley as RPI goes on the power play for the first time. Riley off for Hayhurst. Down low, one-time feed in front was broken up. Right back out to the point it goes. Will Riley to Prapovesis. Shot coming in a blocker save. Bourbonnais once more. He had a power play goal last night. They had Bourbonnais Engineers 1 for 3 yesterday. They're over 20% on the year. As Riley has it now. Prapovesis fed across. One-timer fanned on by Hayhurst. Now Bourbonnais again. To Lildgren at the net. At the wall now, spinning puck for Riley. They want to settle that one down. Minute 15 on the power play. Riley lets this one hammer off the end wall. Bourbonnais couldn't quite corral. Now a chance to clear, and they shoot it all the way down. Hutch, this power play has been very effective as of late. 5 straight goals with a power play tally.
And that is something that we want to. We got a minute left in this power play. You got to stay out of the box in these kind of games. So hopefully RPI can capitalize on this chance.
21.1% on the year are the Engineers. 84.8 are the Bobcats killing them off, and that one is kept in just barely by Tyrannies, but a clearing effort from Chuksta gets it right back out. Fed in off the end boards. Shortridge leaves it aside, and another clear. Only twice since 2001 have the Engineers finished the season with a power play over 20%. Trying to do so here. This will be their highest percentage if they can play this way the rest of the season since 2002. There's Wilson in. And they're offside. 14 seconds remain on the power play. 9:18 left in the first. Engineers took a 1-0 lead, but the Bobcats have stormed right back. They lead by 1.
And you can't put your head down there if you're the Engineers and an Engineer fan. It's early. We got a lot of hockey left tonight. So we can't really quit. We just got to keep working hard and keep fighting these Bobcats. And we will prevail here.
Face-off coming. Carried in by Lildgren. Riley flying in. Calling for the puck, but it's worked back. Prapovesis. Penalty about to expire. Shot by Riley. Blocked. Second try. High and wide. Off the glass. Comes down to the side of the net. Good awareness by Shortridge as the penalty expires. That puck took a wicked hop off the corner glass there and fell right to the side of the net.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected that. Lildgren was there to handle the bounce, but so was Shortridge, and he was able to make a play, getting to his pipe and reacting to that puck and freezing it.
Yeah, if Lildgren sees that play just a little bit sooner, maybe he gets his stick on it.
Maybe.
But as it is, a face-off coming. Both teams back to even. RPI 0 for 1 on the power play. As it'll be Rafferty to wrap it around. Poked past Nanny, and now the Bobcats move to center. Here they come. Bo Pieper had it knocked away from him. McMaster now with Wood on his back. Needs to be careful there. In a bad position. Shot and a save. Penalty coming up as Chase Perry makes the stop. Andrew Shortridge was on his way to the bench, but now we'll see the Quinnipiac power play for the first time. And I said Wood had to be careful. I guess he wasn't careful enough.
He was not careful enough. It looks like it's going to be hooking. But yeah, we need to stay out of the penalty box here. Quinnipiac's a dangerous team on the power play, so we can't give them these kind of chances.
Power play for the Bobcats. Quinnipiac comes in at 18.4%. They lead the country in power play chances. This is their 197th opportunity on the power play. Engineers penalty kill just over 80%, 80.5. 136 of 169 killed. Chuksta, far side. Shot comes tipped wide of the goal by Landon Smith. Wilson trying to scrum for it there. Knocked out of the zone eventually by Whiffin. And all the way down the ice.
That's a good job clearing the puck out of the zone, getting some subs on, keeping your legs fresh, and continue to make a stop here. This is killing some time.
Move back to the point now. Drive here, saved by Perry. High off the glass in the corner. Polino digging for it. And now Prisky. Shot coming, blocked there by Tierney. Caught that one in a bad spot as he's buckled over. Now Chuksta again. Working it back to the point. A shot by Rafferty, saved by Perry. Rebound loose and it's cleared. Penalty coming up here as breaking his stick on the goaltender. Perry was Craig Martin, and he's going off here. He can't believe it.
Wow. What do we have here?
Well, Martin's stick snapped, I believe, over Chase Perry's stick or equipment. And it'll end this power play for Quinnipiac, which had 44 seconds left on it.
And that was Bell for the Engineers, who was clearing the crease there. That was a fantastic play to protect your goalie, protect Perry, and get Quinnipiac out of the way.
Craig Martin to the box. Sophomore from Trail, BC, having a solid sophomore year, 8 goals, 13 assists for 21 points. And he's in the penalty box now. RPI will have a little over a minute of power play time to come. We'll play 4-on-4 for the time being.
This 4-on-4 is going to open up some space on the ice. Now, for the Engineers, are they going to try anything different, or they're just going to stick to their game plan for Perry?
Face off. Tipped through Manley. He does his best to hold up his man in front of him. That was Tiffenworth. And RPI will back into its own end. Jared Wilson, 10 goals, 5 assists on the year for the big junior defenseman. Shoulder fake left, goes right. Paulino lost it on the stick handle. Prisky to center, right to Charlie Manley. He'll go across for Wilson. Down the middle, trying to find Whiffin. Couldn't quite corral on the skate. Tiffenworth trying to center. Fed wide of goal. It was a dangerous shot there from Pieper. Penalty about to expire on Wood. Power play time now for RPI with the puck deep in their own end. Pieper rather. A try. Glove by Perry. And taking a stick up high, or at least he thought so, KJ Tiffenworth, the senior. Not going to get the call here. He had the lone goal last night, did Tiffenworth, for Quinnipiac against Union.
Well, I mean, things are getting
and they are calling a high stick
tonight. You see a lot of bodies flying around, a lot of tenacious skating. People are aggressive tonight. This is getting pretty intense.
So RPI's power play didn't last very long either. They take a penalty. Jared Wilson going off here for cross-checking. I thought it was a high stick, but nonetheless, the Engineers will once again be down a man. We'll play 4-on-4 for a minute 8.
Again.
Once again. Shot way up high on Tyrannese. He's been stung a couple of times now. And now walking it out in front was Connor Clifton. Couldn't quite turn the corner to get the shot away. As looks like Tyrannese is going to skate this one off. Here's Whalen. Off for Connor Clifton. Shoulder fake, shot coming. Puck tipped up high. Thought it went into the net. It did. We'll have a stoppage here. 40 seconds remain before Quinnipiac will go on a brief power play. 6:05 left first period. Quinnipiac now on top 2-1.
Tyranny is just soaking shots left and right, sacrificing his body. And whoever said that these young men have nothing to play for, they're playing for each other. They're playing for the RPI on their chest.
Absolutely. Trying to end a 2-game freakout losing streak as well. As it's gathered here by Pieper. Turning with it was Derek Smith. They lose it out to center. too far out in front and too high for Bourbonnais. Knocked down there by Prapovesis. Bouncing puck in the Quinnipiac zone, nearly jumped on by DeVito. Lofted back by Thomas Alsworth, sophomore out of Keller, Texas. Riley pushed the puck into the neutral zone, then carried right back in, offside by the Bobcats.
DeVito, just a grinder from Bloomingdale, Illinois. I mean, that kid is fun to watch. I would like to see a little more out of him tonight. Just keep bringing the energy and keep being a grinder.
Good look at one of the co-captains, Jimmy DeVito. 4-on-4 for another 9 seconds here as Charlie Manley skates behind the net. Using Whiffen. Nice pass across. Here's Reno with a little bit of open ice to work. He'll just dump it in as the Engineers are about to go on the kill. Now they are. 50 seconds of power play time for Quinnipiac. Rafferty ahead. Sent across. Landon Smith fanned on the shot. Play it back out in front. It's behind Perry. Still no whistle. Puck's loose in front now. And now finally Chase Perry covers. It was Brady Whiffen who went sliding in behind Chase Perry to help that one from sitting on the crease to at least out of danger. And they were able to cover in the end.
A lot of action going on in Chase Perry's crease right now. He's been flailing around, making stops. And that's a good call by the official. He kept eye on the puck and did not have any kind of quick whistle there.
Face off in the RPI zone. 34 seconds remain on the Quinnipiac power play. The cross-checking call on Jared Wilson. Kicked up the wall and out to center all the way down. Shortridge waiting for it. Thought about handing it off and will now give it to Chase Prisky. Prisky with 23 points, but 19 of them have come on the power play. So he has 14 seconds of which to work there. Backhanded all the way down. That should just about do it. And Shortridge will play it there. Andrew Shortridge did not start last night against Union, but he came on in relief and played the final 40 minutes. He stopped 16 of 17 shots that he faced. Puck in the air, gloved at by Prapovesis, turning and shooting, and hit a teammate there on the try by Germain. Landon Smith down low, centering pass, skips all the way through. DeVito trying to clear, couldn't do so. Kind of jumbled in front, loose puck, and it sneaks in. Germain. Chase Perry got some of it, but not nearly enough. It got through him, and it's 3-1 Quinnipiac.
It got through him all right. I mean, he got a solid chunk of it. Saw it trickle in, just didn't have enough to keep it from crossing the goal line. So now a 3-1 lead in the first. 4 goals in the first period. Just can't give up here.
RPI down 3-1. As they skip one in on goal. Might have been headed wide. Shortridge will glove it anyway. Falling down in the corner there was Germain, but now he's back up and they're out to center. The defenseman now, Chuksta, and it's stolen away by Rodriguez. He'll use the wall to center. Wilson lobs it right back to Rodriguez, looking for his first point of the year. A-Rod is playing in his 20th game. Here's McKernan. Lobbing to the corner, first one to it. Nick Germain, who just scored his 3rd goal moments ago to give Quinnipiac a 3-1 lead. Rodriguez trying to clear, can't do so. He's bottled up there by Rafferty. Rafferty in the corner now with Morello. Spinning away from a check is Germain. Riley trying to catch up with him. This is good offensive zone pressure from the Bobcats. Wilson now has his man wrapped up. Has to be careful he doesn't hold Alex Whalen. Now a shot from a tight angle. Blocker saved by Perry. Scott Davidson now behind the goal, and now here is Wilson, who just skates it out himself and just flips it into the Quinnipiac zone. RPI will get a much-needed change.
Absolutely, Perry. They needed that change, and they need some fresh legs out there and kind of get a spark going for the Engineers here.
Turning with it at center ice is Landon Smith, who shoots it in. Tierney. And now Bradley Bell. Right to McMaster. He takes a hit there from Tierney. Tried to lift it past him, couldn't do so. RPI pretty well bottled up right now. And now Bourbonnais to center. Good connection and a chance to break. Polino has Prapavessis with him. Polino in, shot and save. Rebound, put wide. And nothing coming here. It looked as though Prapavessis was upended on his way to the net, but no arms went up.
No arms up, and we have a Bobcat down on the ice right by the goal.
Went careening into his own cage. Hope he's all right. 2:13 left in the first. 3-1 Quinnipiac, and it was a rush led by Patrick Polino. We saw him connect with Riley Bourbonnais last night at the other end of the ice, but that time it was the defenseman, Prapavessis, trying to jump into the play.
And so you got a lot of guys in the mix. I mean, that's what we want to see here, change it up a little bit and let guys make plays tonight.
His shots are currently 14-8. Look at the Quinnipiac bench area. Not a lot of room over there on the far side of the Houston Fieldhouse. Back on his feet is Bo Pieper, the senior from Chanhassen, Minnesota. Former Lincoln Star. 10 goals on the year for him. And
he looks shaken up.
A little bit, but they got him back to the bench, and that's important. He's got a new stick. And trainers will sure take a look there. It looked as though he broke up a scoring chance for RPI and did so legally, so I guess congrats are in order from his teammates on the bench.
And there's I was talking about sacrificing the body, and that's a Bobcat sacrificing his body to make plays, so.
Good plays all around here. 3-1, Quinnipiac on top, and they win the defensive zone face-off. It's McKernan. Firing to the RPI line, sneaks through Bell, and then Smith walking in, and he scores.
Mistake by Bradley Bell. You can see in his body language. He knows it's going to hurt him. He wants that back. You can't give up those kind of mistakes.
That one just went right through the blade of Bradley Bell's stick, and Landon Smith took advantage. His second goal of the night, an 8th of the year. Good anticipation, though, by Smith. He didn't back off. He stayed hungry on the puck and walked right in for the breakaway goal. 4-1 Bobcats, 2 minutes left as they shoot it in from center.
Well, we need to do something here to stop the bleeding, Perry. The ice seems slightly tilted in Quinnipiac's favor. We need to do something here. We need a spark from somebody.
Then it doesn't seem to be overall play that's the issue.
Sure.
It's little things, and that has to eat at you. I know you're a coach now, Hutch.
I am.
I know you're a coach. The little things, the little mistakes have to be the biggest problem, because they're playing well overall, and then you make one mistake, and it turns into a big problem.
And it bites you. And it's attention to detail. Absolutely. I mean, it's attention to detail, doing the little things right. You start doing a bunch of little things right, the right things will happen.
Shot by O'Reilly is blocked. Back out to center. Here's Allsworth. He'll take a shot blocked by Manley. 3 to the point. Kept in by Chuksta. And now Allsworth again. Look to cycle off the wall. Germain looking for another. Fanned on the shot. They keep it in the zone. Chuksta. Shot right on, and Perry makes the save. 1:08 on the clock. We'll send it down to Sarah. No, we won't.
No, Sarah. Not yet.
We'll have Sarah between periods, though, right after the end of the frame, in fact. And she'll go down. I believe we'll have Riley Bourbonnais hash things out right after the end of the frame. So 1:08 left.
Okay, so hear what the senior captain has to say.
Before we get to hear from Sarah Till again. Kept in at the point by Clifton. No, he didn't. Puck left the zone. We'll have a face-off at center. RPI looking to get a late one here in the period. Trying to pull one back. It's been a very odd game. The Engineers scored the game's first goal, but the Bobcats have gotten the next 4. Clifton shooting it in. Marino trying to lift it out to center ice. Race for the puck. Clifton the first one there. Looks like he's just iced it. If Wilson can win the race down, and he does, despite the best efforts of Alex Whalen, freshman from Ramsey, New Jersey. Well, the face-off in the Quinnipiac zone now, 49.56 left.
Well, here we go. Here we go. This might be what they need. hopefully a face-off in the offensive zone is going to pan in the favor of the Engineers right now. Oh, there's the puck.
We need one.
We sure do.
He's off here. Tyrannies to take the draw for RPI.
Or not.
No. They have to put it down eventually. With the shut won by the Engineers at the wall. Now Tyrannies down low. Waiting. Has it poked away as he was double teamed. Backhanded in front looking for Polino. And a good stick by Clifton. Denies the scoring chance there. Shot in, gloved by Perry. He'll play. Wings it up the wall, and a miscommunication between Tyrannies and Bourbonnais. Into the zone comes Martins. Twisting and turning in the slot. Lost the puck, bouncing puck now. And it'll be Polino. 15 seconds to go in the period. To the point. Prisky pulls it back. Centering pass right on in front. Saved by Perry. It's on top of the net. And we get a whistle. A huge, huge save by Chase Perry, point blank. He denied Kevin Dwayne, make that Craig Martin of a sure scoring chance there. If that one goes in, this one might be over. Remember that stop if RPI comes back here. Still a long way to go. And Chase Perry just robbed Martin in the slot.
Robbed him. Highlight reel save right there.
It was actually Dwayne. I was right the first time. Either way, a big save by Perry. Hopefully that gets his confidence up as the horn sounds, ending period number 1. Hutch, not a good period for RPI. They're outshot 17-9. They didn't win the face-off battle, however, 14-13, but those 4 goals, 3 of them, seemingly not ones that Chase Perry might want to have back. But RPI still a long way to go in this one. And so we'll see how the Engineers are able to come on back here in the second. And we're between periods here. And Hutch, thoughts on the opening frame? Obviously not how the Engineers wanted to go 4-1. But we will now be. We found Sarah, so that's the good news. We thought we lost her. We lost her. But we'll get back to her in a moment. Hutch, thoughts on the period there?
Yeah, thoughts on the period. As I said earlier, ice is tilted in Quinnipiac's favor. You can't really change the direction of the wind, but you can certainly adjust the sails. So let's see what RPI can do here in the second period to get things going.
40 minutes of hockey left. They've been the ones who have been come back upon, I guess you could say, in games past. We'll see if they're able to do that here against Quinnipiac here on Freakout. Wild things have happened. We'll get to that later at a Freakout. So
anything is possible.
Expect anything. We're going to throw it down to Sarah Till. She is down with Riley Bourbonnais. We've lost Sarah again.
We lost her.
We need to find Sarah. That is what is certain.
No, Sarah. I think it's like Where's Waldo in here with all the red. That's a good point. But yeah.
We are going to head to break here at the 40th Big Red Freakout. Your score after a period of play is Quinnipiac 4 and RPI 1. You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV.
As it's picked off by Higgs. He's got a one-on-one if he hurries. Now Fulton joining him. Higgs, left wing, deeks through. He's got some space in front. Oh, what a play by Brock Higgs. Backhander, 5-hole, and it's 5-2. Brock
They both watch TV.
Good. That's how you're good there.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 seconds. We are between periods with RPI Athletic Director Dr. Lee McElroy. And Dr. McElroy, thanks for coming on here.
Thank you.
Between periods, I know it's a little bit of a hike, especially when we have big crowds like this that try and sneak through and get up here.
It's quite an ordeal, but I wish it were like this every night we played at home.
Absolutely, big crowd. I have to ask you about RPI Athletics as a whole. Cross country, going to nationals. You have the football team winning the Shoes Trophy for the 4th straight year. First time that's ever happened.
Right.
How has the fall gone in your eyes?
Well, 3 things. First of all, we have tremendous student athletes. And secondly, we have great coaches. And most importantly, we have a great university. So when you put those elements together, you have a lot of success. And you touched on cross country, our men's swimming program. They won the Liberty Leagues, and our women's soccer program for the first time in the history of the school went to the championships in the Liberty League. So a lot of great things that are going on.
Absolutely, and it was announced not long ago that the men's hockey team will be headed to Belfast for the Friendship Four. That has to be exciting for you and for the school as well.
Well, first of all, I was interviewed by the BBC. I've been in college athletics 30 years, never been interviewed by the BBC, so that was really cool. But we're fortunate. The Freedom Four is a fantastic event. We'll be going over with Clarkson, Maine, and Providence, and it's going to be a wonderful experience for Coach Appert and the team, and really the entire university. So it's a very exciting time for us.
And I have to ask you about the Big Red Freakout now. I believe this is your second.
That's correct.
They've been a part of. What kind of stands out for you? Throwing the score and everything out the window, how the games have gone. What were your thoughts on this event?
Well, first of all, the enthusiasm and the energy in the building. It's off the charts. You know that. You've been to several of these. That's number one. Number two, to see all the alumni come back and take great pride in the tradition that's going on at the university. That's number two. And third, and most important, our athletes appreciate the support across the university and the alumni base. So it's a really special event, and it really covers a lot of people throughout the years. And we're happy to be a part of the 40th, the Big Red Freakout.
Well, Dr. McElroy, thanks so much for coming on here between periods. And I know we have a lot of things going on here on campus. It's been wild here, so great that you have a chance to stop by here.
Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Dr. Lee McElroy, we're back in just a bit from the Houston Fieldhouse. Back here at the Houston Fieldhouse, joining me now, 18th president of RPI, Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson. And Dr. Jackson, thanks for coming on between periods here.
It's always my pleasure to do this.
And how's the winter been treating you so far this year?
Actually, it's been not bad.
Not
I mean,
bad.
It's been a pretty nice winter, and we've had a few snowstorms, but we always do what we have to do.
RPI recently held its inaugural scholarship gala, bringing in over $25 million in scholarships as part of the Bridging the Gap initiative. What does that mean for the future of RPI and its students?
Well, you know, we just enrolled the largest freshman class in our history, And not only is it the largest, it's one of the most diverse, probably is the most diverse, very geographically distributed, and one of the most talented. But it continues a trend that we've been on. And so, Rensselaer is always about educating bright young people who are very motivated, who intend to do great things. But not everybody's wealthy, and so it's very important that we raise scholarship money, and that's what we plan to focus on in a new capital campaign, to keep our ability to bring the brightest young people and the most motivated young people here for an excellent education.
By now, most people have seen the SNL bit, your work at Bell Labs. Can you tell me a little bit about what you did there?
Well, sure. First of all, you wouldn't believe how much ribbing I've gotten about this, but it was in a way, kind of an honor to even be mentioned in a national broadcast like that. But I did not invent call waiting, and all of that. But what I did was fundamental research that, in fact, related to a broad range of telecommunications technologies, that we're undergirding for a lot of different things. And it's not unlike the kind of work that our faculty do here that can lead to great breakthroughs in any number of technologies. And so, but it was pleasant.
So slightly a little bit bigger than that?
Yeah, it was a little bit of an exaggeration, but they kind of touched on the right things. So
that's nice. Alumni are watching this game from all over the country, all over the globe sometimes. What would you have to say to those folks who haven't had a chance to come back to campus? Maybe to come back?
Well, come on home, because there's a lot going on, and a lot has changed, but we remain true to what we've always been. And so it is so important, because our alumni and alumnae are our presence in the world. They represent who we are, and you're our greatest ambassadors. And so we need you to be that, but to come and enjoy the fellowship and to see how much your alma mater has grown and strengthened over the years. And I hope that you enjoy the balance of the game, and then come and see us. It would be really great.
Yeah, absolutely would. Dr. Jackson, thanks so much for coming on between periods. It was great having you, as always.
My pleasure, always. Thank you.
We're between periods here. We'll be back with more from the Houston Fieldhouse in the 40th Annual Big Red Freakout. Paul, you're here, RPI GM, and Paul, what's going on here? Look, your face is painted.
I decided we need a little bit more red, so yeah, red and white was able to paint me up all good, so.
How have you enjoyed the game so far? Obviously not too much, we're down 3 goals, but still a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some time to get it back. We were able to get the first goal, which is nice, so hopefully they'll be able to turn it around as they got 40 minutes left to go.
One of your main goals, I guess, as GM is to change the way that elections are run during GM week. What's kind of your plan there? Why the change?
So the past 3 years, so every year that I've been at RPI, there's been something that went wrong with elections, so we had to have a judicial board case with them, which just really isn't acceptable, because with us as student government, if we want other people to be able to take us seriously and our leadership seriously, we need to be able to run our processes, especially ones as visible as elections, well. So we're trying to work out a way so there will be more continuity inside the committee, so there will be institutional knowledge for the people running the election, as well as make sure that it's done in a clear and transparent way so people believe the judgments that are given are fair and balanced, since one of the main problems has been, even if there isn't something bad or a bad decision made, the perception that there is, which is almost as big a problem.
I see. So the idea that something could go wrong or that is happening is bigger than the actual problem itself sometimes?
Sometimes, because especially when it's a publicly viewed position,
right,
the idea that something's messed up is the same as something actually being messed up, because
right.
That's what everybody's going to react to.
Are there any projects the Senate's been working on that you're excited about or can tell us about?
Yeah, actually our Community Relations Committee has been doing a lot of exciting work this year. We're working on scheduling a lupus walk, which is going to be a walk to do some fundraising and raise awareness about the disease lupus, and that's been pretty exciting. Facilities and Services Committee is working on establishing a green revolving fund, which is pretty much a fund that's given some seed money, works to do some projects that will be good for the campus environmentally as well as save money, and then the money that's saved over the next few years from that project goes back to feed into the fund to fund the next similar project. And even before the adventure that happened last week, we've been working with the Institute on the inclement weather policy and clarifying that, so we've been talking to them a bunch about that even before, and now that we're working on other aspects of it relating to the communication of stuff and how information gets out to make sure students know what's happening when, since everybody just wants a clear idea of what's expected from us like we want in classes.
And finally I have to ask you about, I guess, what you want your legacy to be. I know student government, a lot of times you don't have a lot of time to get your changes done or things you want to get done. What do you want your legacy to be?
Some people have asked me about this before, and they're always confused by me wanting my legacy to kind of not really exist, since kind of from the perspective inside student government, people only really tend to remember stuff that happened when something got messed up, or
right.
Those are the only stories you hear from a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I haven't had time to do stuff. I've been able to enjoy it, made some great friends here. Like to kind of shout out to everybody who's in the pub watching the game right now, and Martha, as well as the 4 guys who are playing their last game at the Fieldhouse tonight. Jake, Jim, Parker, and Riley are all pretty great guys and great to hang out with, and they've had a pretty good time here at RPI in their career. So I'm pretty good with what I've been able to do and the people I've met while I'm here, so I'm fine with that.
I'd like to also give that second shout out to the folks at the RPI Clubhouse Pub. But I know I see you every week, and Paul, thanks so much for coming on here between periods.
Yep, thank you.
Paul, you all right? Can you put that hat back on maybe, if you'd like to? He's got a couple of hats that he wears.
It's a pretty, like, there's a lot going on here with this outfit. It's pretty involved.
We're going to send it to break and be back with more from Houston Fieldhouse. We're between periods. Where it's Quinnipiac 4 and RPI 1
For now.
1. For now. Hey, we're back again. It's the Houston Fieldhouse. It's the 40th Big Red Freakout. Folks should be excited. Engineers down 3 goals here. Long way to go. you can't come back from a big deficit if you don't build one, Hutch.
One goal at a time. One goal at a time. You can't score two. There's no three-pointers here, so one goal at a time. Start small and make things happen.
There have been some historic comebacks in the Houston Fieldhouse. RPI assistant, their volunteer assistant, Mark Cavosi knows well about one of those. RPI was down big. I think 13 minutes left. They're down 3-0 in the third period. They came back and won 4-3 about 15 years ago. So RPI trying to do something along those lines here tonight as we get set for the start of the second period, and hoping for an exciting second and potentially third.
Yeah, we got 4 goals for Quinnipiac. Maybe we can get 4 here in this period, going 5-4. Who knows? Anything is possible.
Anything is possible when you have a young goalie like the Bobcats have that is giving up some rebounds. As we've started playing hockey already. How about that?
Here we go.
We should probably pay attention. McMaster, as the Engineers are now skating from left to right across your screens. That is along with the rules. The teams change ends between periods. You're unaware. 25 seconds in to the second. RPI, once again, if you're just joining us, in their road reds as they wear the custom here on Freakout Saturday. Just happens to be senior night as well, as Chase Perry makes the save with the glove, doesn't hold. And it comes down in the corner for Brady Whiffin. And how important this next goal is for the Engineers, it's paramount that they get it. The earlier the better, as it's shot all the way down. It was tipped at center? No, says James Shea. Icing on the Engineers, and we'll face off down the other end.
And bring it back down to the defensive zone. Defensive zone face-offs can make or break a team. And clearly where we're at right now, we need this to make us. So let's get a draw, get a possession, and be on the offensive again.
Face-off coming up here. Turned back towards the point by Tiffenworth. Paulino is his man tied up. We skate 5-on-5 as well to start this period. Chase Prisky will chase this one down, and once again icing. Patrick Paulino with a palm up, wondering why. We'll have a face-off back in the RPI end.
And RPI will not get a substitution.
Nope, not allowed.
Not allowed. They were out there and sent back to the bench.
Landon Smith with 2 goals in that first period. Derek Smith with 2 assists. Smith was on the ice for all 4 Quinnipiac goals. He's a +4. That's a good period. 2 goals and a +4.
It's not bad. Not
bad at all. Face-off kick back to the point. Here's Prisky. Wrist shot skips wide of Chase Perry in goal. Battle for the puck. Tommy shoot. And now a shot wide there from Allsworth. He got into a good spot. McKernan a drive. That hits a leg. Saved by Perry. Squeezes the pads together. Quinnipiac is getting too many chances right now, and it continues here in the second.
Too many chances, and RPI is getting frustrated, throwing some bodies around. Parker Reno in front of the crease, protecting Chase Perry. It's turning into a physical game. They just got to stay level-headed and play their game.
4-1 is the Quinnipiac lead. Just about a minute and a half into period number 2. As Jacob Hayhurst playing in his first freakout, works it up for Jimmy DeVito. Paul mentioned the 4 seniors being honored after tonight's game. The senior ceremony, not common. It happens also on freakout, but here we are as Whalen has the puck for the Bobcats. Tight angle shot saved by Perry. You can see Quinnipiac not afraid to shoot from anywhere. Whalen just 2 goals on the year, but whipping that one in.
And Chase Perry paying attention, holding his pipe again. Yeah, they'll shoot from anywhere. That was almost at the goal line. There was no angle on that shot, and it was a good look. It was a good look.
Whalen, a freshman, playing in his 28th game. I mentioned the 2 goals and 2 assists he has on the season. His last goal came against Arizona State at home, January 27th. And we'll draw this one up with a false start.
Get him out of there.
Played up the wall, shot by Connor Clifton, knocked down. And now picked up again for Clifton. Up the boards for Pieper. Broken up by Riley. He has the lone RPI goal. Now Riley Bourbonnais with Paulino. Man trailing is Tierney's. Tierney's in the slot. He fired high. Flipped right back out in front. This one will leave the zone. RPI with an odd man rush there. just couldn't capitalize. Bourbonnais slid that pass across, might have handcuffed Tyrannies just a bit.
Just a bit, maybe, but I mean, that's what we need out of Bourbonnais right now, and it was a great look.
Into the zone. Here's Bourbonnais rather. Has his stick tied up, fired on goal, and a blocker save made. Don't know if Shortridge saw it. Made the save anyway. Engineers answering with a couple of chances. Too far for Pieper, picked up by Reno. He'll fire it back in, wave off the icing. Rodriguez chasing Clifton, left in the corner. Brogan Rafferty, freshman from Dundee, Illinois, 2 goals and 20 assists on the season. As it's moved up ice, shot blocked up high off the glass. As a hit is thrown by Logan Mick, wearing that number 7. Engineers are happy that it's not the previous number 7, Sam Annis. He was an RPI killer. He's now in the Minnesota Wild organization playing in Iowa.
Well, good thing he's gone.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Please do.
Please do. You're not welcome at the Big Red Freakout.
Please don't come back. 20-10 other shots. Quinnipiac fans, I'm sure hoping they had Sam Annis back, though. They're scoring down just a bit from where it was in the recent past. Here's Chase Prisky trying to center, broken up into the netting. He is the team's leading scorer with 23 points, Prisky, and now he has a couple of words for Jared Wilson.
Well, I mean, they're going at it. They're going at it. I mean, that's all I can say. It's just tough physical hockey tonight. And RPI playing with a little bit of edge, and Quinnipiac's kind of frustrated by that. But we're not going to roll over.
Draw here. We'll have to do this again.
We'll do it again.
Talk about those defensive leading scorers for Quinnipiac. The last time a defenseman led the Bobcats in scoring was 2004-05. Reed Cashman had 45 points for Quinnipiac. It's looking like it may happen again, with Prisky leading the charge and the freshman right behind him. Up the wall, shot in wide of Perry. It's picked up by Reno. He lost it. And now a shot right on and a right pad save by Perry. Nanny trying to chop it out to center and does. Prisky backing up. Finds Wick. Hit off his skate. Picked up Liljegren. He goes down, but he's right back up on his feet. Stockholm, Sweden native across for Bradley Bell. Looking to atone for his earlier mistake, and that shot was blocked. Liljegren at the half wall. Now here's Whiffen. Sophomore out of St. Mary's, Ontario. On for Liljegren. He looks to cycle, stolen away, and Prisky wants to lead a rush. He in fact goes off on a change and just plays it ahead for Germain. Picked up his 3rd goal of the season tonight, did Nick Germain. As it's gathered in the corner, here's Aldsworth. And now Germain. Aldsworth at the half wall, turning. Lost the handle, but has the space to track it 5. As backing up to his own zone is Derek Smith, the senior from Apple Valley, looking for his first goal of the season. He does now have 10 assists, however, as he had 2 in the first period. Here's Hayhurst now. RPI trying to break. Good pass ahead for DeVito. And now he gets a shove there from Rafferty. Took the shot right at the whistle, and now we're going to get some pushing and shoving in the corner. And you get a good look at it there.
And we're in the fisticuffs here.
Jimmy DeVito took that shot maybe a little late. They're discussing whether or not it's going to be a penalty. 15:05 to go in the second. And are we going to get a penalty out of this is the question. DeVito is pleading his case.
What do we got? What do we got here?
I think they're going to give DeVito a shooting after the whistle here.
Huh. That's a tough call. I mean, he was pretty much loaded when that pass came from Hayhurst there.
We saw something similar in the first period, the other way. But it will be a power play. And we might have one each way, so they might be coincidental. We'll see how many skaters they'll send out.
How many will sit in the sin bin?
That's absolutely right. One each way. I can't see because the student section
on their toes.
They are. Brogan Rafferty is the one who went right into the face of DeVito, probably for roughing. Okay, so DeVito didn't get his penalty for shooting the puck after the whistle. It was for retaliating when he was hit by Rafferty. Either way, we'll skate 4-on-4 for a full 2 minutes.
That tends to happen when you retaliate.
Absolutely.
You're going to get caught.
McMaster in. Knocked away by Bourbonnais. And now chipped out to center. Riley Bourbonnais wants to lead a rush. Makes a move on his backhand, a save by Shortridge. And he'll hold on there. Doing a better job with his rebounds than he did early in that first period. You can kind of sense the jitters at both ends. Shortridge with a couple of things there. So we're going to send it down to Sarah Till. She's at the glass somewhere. There she is. Hey, Sarah.
How's tonight, boys?
We're doing better. The Engineers are creating some chances here, but no goals yet. We need a second one.
Indeed. One thing that you mentioned is Shortridge is doing much better on his rebounds, and I think that's very true. You can see him settle in. You can also see Chase Perry has settled in quite a bit. This will make for an interesting goalie battle going forward.
Well, Quinnipiac will be happy with their 4-1 lead if the goalies are settled in now. As
very
RPI,
true, very true.
RPI hoping Shortridge has a few more holes left in him. Now is a
As
shot
you said,
coming.
you never know.
Shot coming and a save there by Perry on Whalen. We're back to action here. Thanks for the analysis, of course, Sarah Till, former RPI goaltender in her own right. So she knows quite a bit about rebound control. Might have some more questions for her later on about that very subject. As RPI fans hope that Shortridge starts coughing them up again. We don't like that rebound control at that end.
No. But, I mean, let's go down to our end here, Chase Perry net minding. I mean, that was a fantastic save. He was one-on-one.
Great stop on Whalen. Now Engineers back in. It's Bourbonnais again, trying to center for Tiernese. It's broken up. And move right back out to center ice. Here's Landon Smith. He'll fire in from center into the corner. It'll ring around to Connor Clifton. He'll lob it up high off the dasher. Battle for the puck behind the goal. Smith again. Buried by Manley in the corner. And now Prapavesis as they need to be separated. Manley and Smith. Now Prapavesis will sloth his way into the zone. No one wanted to pick him up, and he was able to get the shot away. Back up top, Tiernese. Wrist shot coming, and he fired it wide. He'll pick up the loose puck here. 4-on-4 about to end. Backdoor play. Save made by Shortridge. Prapavesis with a well-timed pass. And Shortridge got across to make the save. Here's Tiernese back to 5-on-5. Into the slot for Nanny. Lost it on the stick handle. Chipped out center ice. Chance for a 3-on-1. Good breakup by Reno. And now Bourbonnais. Back in on the attack. Centering pass behind the intended target, Nanny. That'll send Clifton the other way. Back and forth they go. Oh, the Bobcats want to change. And they say he didn't cross center.
Ooh. Well, I like the Engineers here. Before I cut you off, Perry.
No, you didn't. You didn't at all. I thought he crossed the red line.
Well,
but icing is the call.
He did not.
12:39 to go, second period. Quinnipiac still up 4-1. No goals so far in the frame. Bobcats also leading 22-12 shots wise. As it's played up the boards, kept in by Riley. Liljegren down low. On for Whiffen, who wasn't expecting the pass. Rafferty. And now Mick. Trying to scoop it out to the neutral zone. Riley trying to hammer it back in. And it's gathered again by Brogan Rafferty. Former Bloomington Thunder. Finds Clifton, who fires one on goal from center ice. It'll come down behind the net. Liljegren takes a hit there from Mick, who then falls down. And Perry will stop it again. Quinnipiac has to be happy with the advantage they have, as things have settled down considerably since that wild first period we had. Neutral zone. Peeper into the corner for McMaster. Tanner McMaster on it. 2 assists for him so far today. And it's played back into the Quinnipiac zone. McKernan anticipating the hit from Wood that never came. Then he dumps him. That's going to be interference. And he gives him another shove. And if Wood can keep his composure here, he might draw a double minor.
And I think he does. He tried to walk away.
That's some kind of composure from Wood. Are they still going to give him a penalty?
Wow. The fans are not happy.
Clearly not, and if you're Jake Wood there, he usually one to retaliate. There's no question about that. I thought he kept his cool while it was taking some shots there from McKernan. He throws a hit. We get another look at it here.
He's playing tough hockey. He's being tough. And then he takes a cheap shot.
Yeah,
it's dumped.
That's interference.
And
then another McMaster. Where's the penalty on Wood? I didn't see it at all. We'll see what the call is.
We'll see.
McKernan's just going to get, I think he's going to get a double minor. RPI is going to get a power play out of this. Cross-checking on McKernan. Is that the only penalty?
I think so, Perry.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
All right. Riley, a shot going wide as we're back to action here. I thought the official had pointed at Wood. That was where the confusion came.
So good job, Wood, for not
retaliating.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Engineers get their second power play. They're 0 for 1. Will Riley across for Hayhurst. He'll flip it in. Derek Smith for the Bobcats will clear it right out. Chase Perry stops it there. Built him up with all of his numbers last 9 games, playing so well. And right now he's staring down 4 goals against already on 23 shots. We're not halfway through this one. Here's Will Riley, has the lone RPI goal, his second of the year. Hayhurst fakes a shot, takes a shot, they score! Jacob Hayhurst, his 7th of the season, and the Engineers are within 2.
Hayhurst, he's ripples the twine there. We're within 2, Barry, like you said. I mean, Hayhurst, he's a young skater with a lot of promise, and that is, that's a big play for him right there. Putting that in the back of the net, get a little energy. The field house is alive.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Engineers. You can see the student section on their feet here. Jacob Hayhurst, little fake shot, creates some space, and that one found its way through a couple guys. Craig Martin also in front of Shortridge there. May have been screened a bit by his own man. Liljegren also out in front there. Did he tip it is a question. Doesn't look like it here. I believe it's Hayhurst's goal. But it is a power play tally for the Engineers. And there got their second goal, and it was a big one. You kind of thought RPI needed the next one.
I couldn't agree with you more, Perry.
Tyrannies on for Whiffen. Trying to clear, cannot be gloved by Clifton. And he takes a hit. A couple more hits along the boards. Lobbed ahead. Well played there by Rafferty. Engineers now 1 for 2 on the power play. As we are under 10 minutes left in the second. Puck in the air. Backing in, Prisky. Perry will cover this one. No. Thought he did, but it skips away. DeVito now. Flipping it wide of the net as Reisinger chases. And now that one hit the linesman. Prapavesis fires it across. And now lobbed ahead for Prapavesis, who will track it down in the corner. McMaster over skates. And now Rafferty. McMaster turning in his own zone. Spins one off for Rafferty again. Engineers with power play goals now in 6 straight games. After that one there, as a hit is thrown on Reno. Nice play backing things up from the center position by Jake Morello. Haven't heard a lot from him. He scored his first collegiate goal last night, the freshman from Slingerlands, which is just outside of Albany. If you're not familiar with the area, here's Manley. On for Rodriguez, nearly gave it away, and now Shoot has it.
Morello and Hayhurst. There's some young skaters with a lot of potential. They're fun to watch. They get after it, skate hard, and maybe they'll have a night tonight.
8:26 to go in the second. As we send it down to Sarah Till, who's there she is against the glass. Hey, Sarah.
I'm going to stay in one spot for now, just so you guys can find me. So one thing you guys play. Jake Wood going hard into the corner and keeping his composure. The seniors are leading the charge tonight. Riley Bourbonnais coming in on a couple of quick, hard drives in that period. Parker Reno breaking up that 3-on-1 play. The seniors are really building momentum and bringing this team behind them.
Absolutely, Sarah. That's a very good point. And Hutch, Sarah can see some things down there that we can't. That's what I really like about this.
Yeah, absolutely. She's right on the glass.
Sarah,
literally just right on top of it.
Don't get too close, though. You get the smudges on the nose, and they have to clean it off again.
I can't help but have a big nose, Perry.
That wasn't.
Wow, a slight from Perry.
Whoa!
On the air. No.
We know each other, folks.
We know each other quite well.
Yeah, okay. We'll leave it at that. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, guys.
Sarah doing a great job, as always, along the glass here. Engineers pull within 4-2. He's worked up the wall past Tyrannese. Loose pocket center. Bourbonnais walking right in. A wrist shot. Good block. There's Derek Smith. Just doing whatever he can to get in front of that shot, Hutch, and he blocked it there.
And it goes up and over into the net.
As a defenseman yourself, I know it's lacrosse, but how much do you try to get in the way of shots, or you usually try to get the goalies handle them?
I mean, it depends where you are on the field or on the ice, but if you can get in front of it, get in front of it.
Face off here. It'll be DeVito to take it up against Dwayne, rather. Worked up the boards. Engineers trying to pull another one back as Prisky has it for Quinnipiac. Up the wall for Whalen. Bouncing puck at center. Jimmy DeVito back to pick it up there. 4,716. It's a sellout here at the Houston Fieldhouse. As anticipated here, always a big, big game. And this year, is just the same.
I was wondering if it was the February heat wave.
It is. It's
or the full house.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
It's hot in here.
It is hot in here. Might be 47. We're going to whistle here, and I believe an offside. RPI with the only goal this period. Jacob Hayhurst, 7th of the year for Will Riley and Mike Prapavesis. If you take a look at Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson, and look who it is, Bobby Fairley.
There they are, up in the skybox.
Loving it. Having look like a very intimate conversation there, talking about maybe the next film coming out. I know Bobby's done some more independent stuff, some documentary type stuff recently. He's also in charge of that Tom Brady commercial with the rings.
That was him.
That was Bobby Fairley.
Now, what's his connection with Tom Brady?
He's a Boston guy. He grew up in Rhode Island.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, we got a penalty coming up while we were jibber jabbering. It's going to go on Germain. RPI will go in its third power play. They're 1 for 2. Big spot in this one. 7:18 to go in the second. Clearing effort, knocked down by Riley. He'll gather before the blue line. Prapavesis across for Hayhurst. Down low, one-touch pass in front, and it's covered there by Shortridge. Nearly a no-angle goal from Riley Bourbonnais. He just fired it on net. Maybe looking for a deflection. We got another look at it. He threw it in front, and it looked like it might have hit one of the Quinnipiac players. The defenseman on the way in.
Just knocking on the door.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Might have hit Prisky. Loose puck, kicked at, worked back to the point. Good battle by Hayhurst. Riley lines one up, and it deflects over the top. Bourbonnais stolen away by Connor Clifton. He'll lift it all the way down. Good start to the power play for RPI, but they'll have to start things out from behind their own goal. It's Riley again. Prapavesis will ring it in. Cannot be slowed by Shortridge. All the way to Riley. Now Prapavesis. Back to Will Riley. Wrister coming high and wide. Rebound Liljegren, no. Prapavesis had it roll up and down his stick. And it's finally corralled there by Schuksta. Slap back. Liljegren. Waiting. Riley. Prapavesis. Will Riley. Shooting right into a man in front of him. It was a good block, but an easy block for Tanner McMaster. As RPI will have to start over again. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Tipped into the zone by Jake Morello. Lob to the wall, picked up there, and out comes Tiffenworth. Or make that McNernan, rather. He'll look to waste some time. Puck's underneath him. A couple of whacks from Wilson. Referees need to be careful here, as we're finally going to get a whistle. He's lying on top of the puck, and they're supposed to blow the whistle there, or else he's going to continue to get whacked at.
I mean, that's when it becomes dangerous for the player on the ice.
The referees usually say, come on, move the puck, move the puck. If you don't move it, they blow the whistle. Jared Wilson, unhappy with that, let McNernan know about it.
Just laying with the lumber.
Right. So the faceoff's going to come outside the zone because it was McNernan on top of the puck. Tommy Shutt is questioning why maybe it's not a penalty. I don't know. Maybe he was looking for a slash. He is one of the alternate captains, so he's allowed to do that. Senior from Chanhassen, Minnesota.
To that. That was interesting.
Still a power play for another 14 seconds, and the Engineers try to get the jump on him. Polino, a shot and a save by Shortridge. Up against the boards, Whiffen keeps it alive with that big frame. Polino, back to Tierney's, penalty about to expire. Morello, Wilson, a shot. That one skips wide. Out of the box comes Germain. Shot comes from a tight angle, and Shortridge makes the save. Man breaking is Germain. Blocked by Wilson, but on they come. Germain, a shot. That one hits Tierney's, who eats another puck.
Another one.
He's going to have some bruises tonight as he clears this one all the way down. Not enough on it for icing. Rafferty picks it up there. Under 5 to go in the second. It's a 4-2 game. RPI's pulled one back. Is that one lobbed into the netting on a deflection? And we'll have a stoppage. Engineers tightening things up just a bit, not only in score 4-2, but in shots 23-16.
And that is what we like to see here. If they continue to do this and progress forward, throughout the rest of the game, we're going to see good things.
Neutralized faceoff. Here's Rafferty. Fires it in. Perry makes the shoulder save, and he'll hold on to it there. As crashing the net was Landon Smith.
A good decision to freeze it there. Looked like he was about to let it go and said, nope. But how about Tierney just soaking pucks left and right? Just block after block, just having a game.
Draw here in the RPI zone. On top of the face-off dot. Have to be careful you don't cover that with a glove. Nice fake by Rafferty to get loose. Shot and a save by Perry. There were 3 pairs of opposing players that kind of looming in front of that net, but luckily for Chase Perry, he was able to see it and hold it.
See it and hold it. And Rafferty winds up there, right in his wheelhouse. Doesn't take shot, pump fakes, and
he spun someone to the ice. Here's Will Riley. He was on some kind of escapade in the RPI half of things.
That he was.
Landon Smith trying to kick it to himself. And it'll be the first one to it. Here's Smith. Stopping at the half wall. Fired off the back of the post. He'll get it again. Dishing it off there for the 6'5 Dwayne. Dwayne with an assist so far on the evening. Try to hand it off to Prisky. It's poked away by Prapavesis. Moved up the boards. Bourbonnais makes a move. Fed across. He just couldn't find Tierney's. Plays it on further. Chip to center ice. Tierney's fanned on it. Now Quinnipiac can move. 3-on-2. Smith, centering pass. Great breakup by Polino. Clifton a drive, and he scores. Connor Clifton from the point. Along the ice. I don't know how it beat Perry. We're hopefully going to get another look at it, but for Clifton, it's his 5th goal of the season.
That hurts too. I mean, Polino making a great effort on the defense when they were odd man numbers, and
he just stepped into that one, didn't he?
Rocket. Put a laser home from the blue line.
5-2 Quinnipiac. And the Engineers are back to the 3-goal hole they started the period. Liljegren wraps up his man below the goal line. Liljegren once more. trying to play it back to the point. It's broken up, and now he's got a little bit too much of Tiffenworth. Not enough for a penalty, apparently. Aldworth now carrying behind the goal. He's tied up by Reno. And now trying to work it up the wall is Reno. Back to the point. Kept in by Clifton. The only Clifton playing tonight. Late scratch for Tim Clifton, his brother. As Connor tries to backhand it in. Right back to the RPI zone. Here's Reno. Playing ahead. Trying to track it down. Hayers has a man open in the slot. Couldn't find him. He eventually finds DeVito, but it's poked off his stick, and back come the Bobcats. Scott Davidson lobbing it in for Mick. He's taken out of the play by Prapavesis. Davidson again. Mick trying to find a seam there, and he threw it all the way through out to center ice. Here's Mick again. He'll chip to the far side. Bradley Bell trying to swat it out of there. Sent a bouncing puck through everybody. Quinnipiac now on their own end. Mick again. Shot and a blocker save that time on the try by Germain. Wood. He'll shoot it in and chase. Chuksta. A big hit by Wood. Everyone stays on their feet. Riley. Playing it up the boards. Too far for Polino. It'll be gathered in there. McMaster now. 1.5 to go in the second. Crowd's been taken out of this one after that last Connor Clifton goal. RPI trying to get a late one here. Polino on for Bourbonnais. Great gather on the skate. Makes the shot, takes a shot, and a toe save made there by Shortridge. Riley Bourbonnais been locked in all night. Tough to get the puck off of him. He's created some chances, sometimes all on his own. Played back to the point, but nobody home. Kind of thrown down the middle by Paulino. Wilson, being left-handed, had a tough time even thinking about handling that one. Back to center they come. 49 seconds to play in the period. Liljegren tripped up a bit back to his feet as it's helped out to center. Good back check there by Whiffen. Kicked along at the far side by McKernan. Hit by Wilson as he shoves Whalen halfway into his own bench. Now Reno on for Nanny. 27 to go in the period. Loose puck gathered by Whiffen. Tight angle shot off the back of the net by Nanny. Prapavesis will pick it up on the backhand. Prapavesis across. Bell waiting. Bradley Bell looking for a lane, and he fired wide. And that one leaves play, and we'll have a stoppage. 10.7 seconds left in the second. Quinnipiac up 3, but an offensive zone draw coming for RPI.
And here we go. And the RPI students on their feet. A lot of energy, not giving up.
Look at the two head coaches in his 23rd year. Rand Pecknold, 446 wins. And Seth Appert in his 11th season out of Ferris State. Picked up 151 wins on the season. Or on, excuse me, not on the season, that'd be a lot. In his career is Bourbonnais, knocked away from him out to center. That should do it for the period. 5 seconds to go on it. As he will backtrack behind the goal. Wilson will fire it down. And that will do it for the second. Just one goal each way. That benefits the visiting Bobcats, who lead by 3 after 2. That lead remains the same. We'll have Sarah Till momentarily. She'll have someone she'll be speaking with between periods. But until then, we will be up here high above the ice in the Houston Fieldhouse. We are between periods now. Hutch, second period just ending there. RPI seemed to gain some momentum back when they got that big goal, but kind of a deflating answer there from Connor Clifton.
Well, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're generally right. So, I mean, you just got to believe and keep working hard, and good things will go your way.
We saw the kind of energy the fans got and the team, the bench got when RPI pulled that goal back within 2. If they can get an early third period goal, you have to think, with this being such a big crowd, if you can kind of turn that momentum back on your side, the Engineers may have a chance to come back in this game, even though they're down 3 with just 20 minutes left?
Well, they got to believe and you know, feed off that energy. Let's use that energy to their advantage and make some plays.
Engineers have to be, of course, a little bit disappointed. The game kind of ends up the way it's trending here.
Yes.
But with another weekend left of the regular season, RPI playing better, but seems like this is a little bit of not a step in the wrong direction, but not really the form that the team's been in. As what do you think there?
Well, it's senior night, and this could be the last time these seniors play at home, so that's it.
Have to take that into consideration. We do have Sarah Till now. She's down at bench level. Sarah.
Hello, Perry. Thank you. I'm standing here with Jacob Hayhurst. Jacob, take us through that goal. Sorry, it's a little loud here, but take us through that goal.
I mean, a whole bunch of things came together. You have Riley Bourbonnais strong on the wall. You make sure the puck gets back to the point. Same with Vic. And then Will and Prabs just made a pass, found me in the open spot, and that big body of Victor in front just gave me time to shoot the puck, and it found the back of the net.
That's great. It seemed to really help you guys some momentum. Going to this third period, what's something you guys want to do to make sure the game comes your way?
Yeah, you know, we have 20 minutes here to bring this one home, and all it's going to take is playing hard, playing physical, and we got to get pucks to the net. Looks like their goalie's struggling.
I can agree with that. And let's talk about Chase Perry real quick. He's come on good for you guys this season. Tonight wasn't his best, but what do you think going forward?
I mean, Perry's been huge for us all year, actually, and you know, he hasn't been getting his bounces tonight, but we have faith that he's going to battle all night, and he's a hell of a goalie. He's going to do a great job for us in the third.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Jacob.
Yeah, no problem.
Perry, back up to you guys.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Jacob. It's nice to hear from a freshman with that kind of confidence, Hutch. Jacob Hayhurst with that picking up goal number 7 on the year.
That's, you know, that kind of attitude is what we're looking for. And seeing him support his teammates, his goalie, and I mean, that's just great. He just shows the kind of player he is.
We will take a break now and be back with more from the Houston Fieldhouse after 2 periods. It's Quinnipiac 5 and RPI 2. You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV. back here at the Houston Fieldhouse. A wonderful rendition of the alma mater you just heard, joined now by Travis Apgar, the new Dean of Students here. And Travis, making your way back to RPI, what kind of initiatives did you work on in your time at Cornell before you came back here?
Yeah, well, thanks so much. I am real happy to be back. Yeah. And no, it's
jumped right in.
Yeah, no, it's great. And the last 10 years at Cornell, I think that I was really lucky to work with exceptional student leaders, a lot of great colleagues. Worked on a lot in student life in terms of trying to increase inclusion, make everybody feel welcome. Worked on a lot of safety initiatives, trying to make the experience safer. But ultimately I was lured back here and happy to be here.
You were at RPI before.
That's right.
What do you remember most about your time? I bet the campus has changed a whole lot.
The campus has changed incredibly, especially this portion with
right.
Athletics Village.
Right,
all
yeah.
of that. It's beautiful. MPAC was just being kind of finished up when I was on my way out. So I finally got to walk through and see the final product. It's amazing. But there's a lot that's still very familiar, as you might imagine. There's still a lot of kind of institutions that have been here, and I think that the things that I remember the most are still very familiar in terms of students, their genuine personality, those sorts of things. I think that that's really what I miss the most, and I'm glad to be back with it.
Hey, the Engineers next weekend head to your old stomping grounds, Liner Rink. What is your takeaway from hockey at Cornell? I know they have big draws there as well, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly I'm a football guy. I keep getting I keep ending up at these hockey schools, so I'm trying to. I've figured it out mostly, but I attended the game when Cornell was here a few weeks ago. I was a little bit heartbroken, to be honest with you, in terms of how that ended.
That's the right.
It was a great game, but I was hoping that we would win, and I'm hoping that we'll go there and we'll win. So,
any exciting projects coming up for you in student life?
Yeah, I've only been here a few weeks. I'm certainly really excited to dig in with things like Arch and really realize that class initiative and the clustered learning in terms of where students live, what they're involved in, the kinds of activities and organizations they're a part of. And so being able to extend what the class deans already do to that portion of a student experience is really exciting. I think the only thing that I've really started to do is I'm really trying to invite student leaders to put together kind of a Dean's Council, if you will. Certainly I'm meeting with the GMPU, Student Senate, those official kind of leadership positions, but I also want to find, students who are in the know who can kind of give me the real student experience and guide me on how I can best serve them.
That sounds like a great way to go about things. You brought up some hats, the gift, so I have to show this off. This is the first time I've seen it. And it looks nice. These are nice.
They're beautiful.
You have some
beautiful.
For some friends and family, it looks like.
Yeah, I do. I've got 3 kids.
Oh, perfect.
Hopefully that'll help keep them warm. But certainly, I hope that you get a couple of those yourself.
Yeah, like I said before, I have my ways. But Travis, thanks so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Travis Apgar, Dean of Students, newly here to the Engineers after some time at Cornell. We'll be back with more from the Houston Fieldhouse and the 40th Big Red Freakout on RPI TV. We're here with Chip Kirchner, the president of the union. Chip, thanks for thanks for coming on up here between periods.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a nice looking jersey you got there.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's got my number on it, 127.
The 127th PU?
Yes, yeah.
That is actually, that's a fantastic. I didn't realize that when he put it when he came up here. But anyway, Chip, you're the PU. A lot of people don't know what exactly that does, but I know you've been working on a lot of the spaces in the actual physical student union. Can you tell me a little about that?
Yeah, so actually, in 2000 we did a renovation. So we're going to be finished paying that off in about 8 years. So that this is a good timeline to start sort of looking at, what we have and what we might need to fix 8 years from now, and sort of plan ahead, because it takes a long time.
Right.
And especially since we have a new student government every year, it takes a long time to get those plans solidified and sort of talk about them and flesh them out. So that's what we're starting to work on now.
So can you talk about anything? I know the games room. I know the Mothers, the wine emporium, stuff like that. What are you guys trying to do there?
Yeah, so the first project we've sort of been looking at is actually sort of moving those around so that it's a better space in both cases. So more room for games, but also a better performance space in Mothers and a better space for the clubs that are in there. So that's the first project we took on, and we said there's a better way to do this. Let's think about it and come up with a real good plan, and we can get that done. So.
And so obviously you're a big RPI hockey fan. This is a nice jersey.
Yeah, beautiful.
What does the student kind of feel for the hockey program, and I guess sports in general? I know there's a lot to do these days as being a student. There's a lot of options, I guess. Back in the day, there wasn't a lot to do. You had to leave your room. What do you guys try to do to kind of bring kids out and be more, more social?
Yeah, so I think a lot of current students would probably they feel that there's a lot going on campus. Like
right.
There's almost like too much. You could go to like 10 things every weekend. So what we try to do is host events that bring the whole campus together. We put a lot of resources into large concerts every year. We put a lot into making sure that hockey team is supported and the hockey games are supported. Hockey line, events supporting that. We gave away our hats today for Big Red Freakout. So we try to do those things. We're going to bring the whole campus community together, but also have smaller events for the other groups that are on campus. So there's sort of a large section and a small section. Yeah.
Last question for you. I guess, what do you want to be remembered for doing? Maybe something here or there. I know there's class gifts and stuff like that, but for you personally in your role as a PU.
Yeah, I think I'd really like to be remembered for laying the groundwork that we're sort of laying down now, and my team especially for laying the groundwork for what we're doing with spaces and looking into different options in the union.
Awesome. Chip Kirshner, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
We will be back with more from the Houston Fieldhouse. Engineers are down by 3, but looking to come back in the third. We'll have more. You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV. Getting set for the third period, Mayor Oscaris.
Tyler Hutchinson, also known as Hutch,
Hutch.
class of 2012.
Class of 2012, class of 07. Hutch is a big lacrosse player here, for those not in the know. And back here to help coach, real briefly, back to work with Coach Townsend. Big season planned ahead. The Engineers are ranked nationally before the season starts.
We are.
A little bit of pressure, but also some good things come from that.
That is good. You like to have it. I mean, you are you're not the underdog anymore, so people are gunning for you. We're the big game on people's schedules, and we just got to carry our end of the bargain, do well.
Quick plug, men's lacrosse starts out at home February 25th. We have 20 minutes of hockey left, though, Hutch, and Engineers trying to come back here and get a win on the Big Red Freakout. At the Big Red Freakout.
At the Big Red Freakout.
The 40th.
Should we start?
We're getting better at this. Bo Pieper fires one wide. He's getting credit for the most recent goal in this game. With Connor Clifton picking up the assist. So wipe the goal away for Clifton. He does get his 5th assist, but it is Bo Pieper's 11th goal of the year that made it 5-2. And that's where we stand. Shots through 2 periods, 27-16, Quinnipiac. Bobcats over 2 in the power play. The Engineers are 1 for 4 now. as Parker Reno's going to try and clear it out. Helped up the wall. We are 5 aside to start period number 3. As Reno goes back to pick it up there. Liljegren trying to work it out of the zone, just helps it out to neutral ice. Battle for the puck, poked away by Clifton. Carried on further. This is Landon Smith. Shot in on goal. Perry steers it aside. Wilson chipped on a play. We get a stoppage just 50 seconds in. Hutch, the Engineers, 2-0-1 all time in Big Red Freakouts when the gift is a hat or a toque, which I also consider to be a hat. This is game number 4. A toque.
Yeah.
It's a hat.
A toque.
A toque's a hat.
Yeah, I know what a toque is.
Okay, good.
I'm just saying.
That's how it's listed in the giveaways list. But anyway, RPI has not lost a game, a freakout. When the giveaway is a hat, and they need to score at least 3 here in the next 20 minutes to keep that streak alive. Here's Polino. And now Bourbonnais. Shot into his skate. Polino, realizing he might have made a mistake there, goes and whacks it on further. Polino battling there with McNernan. Back out to center. Now Bell, and now it's on the RPI bench. We'll have a stoppage in play.
Hey, Perry, can I hit you with a fun fact here?
Please do.
The listeners might enjoy. 19th. Today's February 18th.
That's right.
February 18th, 1930, was when the planet Pluto, or former planet of Pluto, was discovered.
Right. And now we're down 1. Pluto's been gone since 06, but I believe there's talk in a new ninth planet. Is that true?
Planet, I don't know. I think so.
Was that not real? I thought I saw it on CNN, but I might be wrong.
You may be right, but I'm not going to readily agree with you on this one, Perry. I typically do, but I will hesitate.
We better steer ourselves away from planets right now. 18:27 to go in the third period. RPI down by 3, but a face-off coming in the Quinnipiac zone. 1 back by the Bobcats. Chuksta across. Smith to center. Dwayne on his backhand takes the shot. Sticked away by Perry. Hayhurst to the wall. DeVito has it knocked off his stick now. Flicked wide. Dwayne throws it off the shin pad O'Reilly, and now it's picked up by Wood. To center ice for Will Riley. Engineers, a couple of them went to flying offside. They'll have to touch up. DeVito has it. Engineers do. And Prapavesis battles for it now along the wall with Dwayne and also Rafferty. Cleared out to neutral ice. Here's Bell. Quinnipiac. They really just sit on this thing. They don't have to be as aggressive as they would if this game were tighter, of course, and it might not just be their style. They like to put the pedal down anyway. Jermaine down low. Too far for the intended target, Davidson. But the Engineers can't clear as it's kept in by Logan Mick. Comes softly in on Perry. He'll cover up. Not quite 3 minutes into the third here, Hutch, but Quinnipiac with the puck where they want it in the offensive zone.
Well, one thing I noticed, I saw when Will Riley was out there on the ice a shift ago, the way he was communicating, you saw him dictating with his hands, opening his voice, and really communicating on defense. And that's what you want to see, especially as a coach. I love to see when players communicate with each other out there.
Puck shot in. Work to the half boards. Good hit by Wilson to shrug his man off the puck. Pass was behind Nanny, who didn't know much of it. It'll be shot in by Liljegren. Stop there by Shortrich. He's been solid. As I mentioned, he gave up 1 goal on 17 shots last night in relief duty. As a shot comes in from McMaster and Perry holds on. And he's turned away now 14 of 16 in tonight's game. Chris Truel, who started the previous game against RPI, he only faced 15 shots over in Hamden in December in the 4-1 win for the Bobcats then.
Well, that's a pretty similar shot right now.
Yeah, right now it is. Shot from Clifton, that's blocked by Bourbonnais. His second shot block of the evening. Clifton again. Is Riley Bourbonnais up to 45 on the season. Second in ECAC hockey, 4th in the country among forwards and block shots is The senior captain, Riley Bourbonnais, is also the team's leading scorer. He does it all. This one in on goal. Shortridge looked like he took his eye off it for a moment, but he's able to gather with the goalie stick and cover it up.
And, Tierney just skating in, spraying Shortridge there. I found it kind of amusing.
Sprayed his buddy?
No, Shortridge.
Oh.
Tierney's.
Oh, Tierney's.
Yeah.
Was not friendly fire.
Not friendly fire, no. Certainly not.
Shots are 31-17, Quinnipiac. They lead by 3. In the 40th Big Red Freakout. Lobbed up ice wide of the RPI goal. Whalen will help it around. Tip to neutral ice. Hayhurst across for Will Riley. Tried to play it to himself, lost it. Back comes Dwayne. And they're offside. And takes a shot after the whistle anyway. Takes a bit of a hook from Hayhurst. And we will have a face-off coming up here.
Bodies. It's still a physical. It's been a very physical game, but I don't think you'd expect anything less.
No. Engineers' last 2 freakouts. Last year lost to Clarkson 4-2. Previously Yale 4-1. As it goes down ice. Engineers have 3 previous 3-game losing streaks in freakout. One of them, the most recent one, came 08 through 2010. RPI trying to avoid that here. Along with the hat streak. Here's a wraparound try that goes awry from Jermaine. Now a high shot, gloved by Perry. And he'll hold on to that.
A wraparound try that goes awry. Is that right?
Oh.
I like it.
I might have said that.
Well done.
15 and a half on the clock, 3rd period. Fans looking for something to cheer about here.
Give them what they want.
It hasn't been much since, and now DeVito waiting for it. He's just onside. He'll drop it back for Liljegren. Liljegren a shot. Save made there by Shortridge. It was a good one. And now Whiffen. He's tripped up behind the net. Puck played off for Smith. Smith off the wall, gave it away. DeVito across. Here's Whiffen. Wrist shot coming. Another save by Shortridge. And again, he got just enough as it squeaks through him to the corner. Liljegren shielding the puck, trying to turn it out to the point. Picked up there by Reno. He'll shoot one on goal. No, with backdoor pass. One-timer put wide by Whiffen. How did he miss from there? DeVito down low for a bit as he wasn't able to just steer that one on net. He had a wide open cage to shoot at. 14-18 to go. Engineers on the attack now. Finally it comes free to Pieper. He'll fire it down ice. The race doesn't matter as it's on goal, and Perry will cover. But Hutch, boy, what a chance there for the Engineers.
My goodness, was that exciting. There was a couple chances there, and that was a fantastic look. I don't know how it went wide. Unfortunately, it did. But that was great offense. They were moving the puck, they were cycling the puck around, getting some pretty good looks. Shortridge getting peppered there for a minute. Unfortunately, we didn't walk away with one on the board there.
Face-off one back. McKernan across. Wrist shot coming. That one goes wide to Perry. Didn't even see it at all. It flashed by the net to the corner. 6 minutes into the period. Tierney's walking in. A drive high and wide. Comes off the glass and all the way out back into the RPI end, in fact. Krapavessis knocked off his stick. Polino back checking. Shoots it off the glass. Bouncing puck knocked down there by Shutt. To the point for Prisky. Prisky into the slot. Making a move. Still Prisky walking in. Shot and a goal. 5-hole. Took a deflection on its way through. But I believe it'll be Prisky's goal. If it is, it's his 8th. And the team's leading point getter adds one here at 6-2.
Prisky just kind of slicing through the defense there. Kind of untested. Puts it 5-hole.
Not the biggest defenseman, Chase Prisky. That's why I believe he slipped so far in the draft. He's a 6th-round draft pick of the Washington Capitals, but you can see why he's so talented. The only thing I can imagine is the size. He's 6'1", 190, but he's very good on the puck.
He's
very
a dynamic player, that's for sure.
Very good puck-moving defenseman who now has 8 goals on the year, which is a great number there. As the Engineers can attest with their Jared Wilson. Wilson's got 10. But his moving into the zone is another defenseman, Schuksta. Behind the goal, Couple of players tango there. Neither of them trying to take a penalty, so looked a little bit awkward. And now we get a whistle here, and these two players need to be separated. Puck's not near them.
Out of there.
Yeah. Will Riley's stick is stuck between one of the Bobcats in the corner, and the referees just wanted to separate them as they were not doing it on their own.
Riley and Jermaine in the sandbox down there. I mean, they were just roughhousing. It looked didn't look like hockey.
No,
not quite boxing.
No, it was probably a good whistle. The roughhousing needed to end.
Get him out.
6-2 Quinnipiac. They've scored a goal here in the third. Thomas Aldsworth from Chase Prisky. They're saying it hit Aldsworth, so no goal for Prisky, but he does get the assist. And, of course, the point, his first assist of the evening. The goal now for Aldsworth is his 12th of the season. And both men who were wrestling in the corner are now in the penalty box.
There they are. Now it's 4-on-4 hockey again tonight.
Down to 13 minutes. This is the witching hour where the 2002 Freakout turned on its head. RPI was down 3 at that point. They're down 4 now. So they're going to need quite a comeback if they want to here. Here's Wilson ahead for Polino. Polino off for Bourbonnais. Stops at the half boards. Up top, faking a shot. Prapavesis lost it out to center. RPI will have to touch up. Prapavesis will keep on carrying by Pieper. Stops at the point. Down low, no. Broken up, and now Quinnipiac wants to skate, led by Connor Clifton. Off for Pieper. Tight angle shot blocked by Prapavesis, high off the glass. And we'll carry him around. Engineers will regather. Jared Wilson with it. He has one shot so far tonight. Bourbonnais down low. Handed off for Whiffen. Thought about the jam try. It's broken up, and it'll jump up into the netting. 53 seconds remain of 4-on-4, as you can see. RPI down by 4, also apparent on your screens.
There it is. Puck goes up, up, and away.
Absolutely.
And still on our screen. No, but, Bourbonnais still playing hard.
Absolutely.
Playing like the captain he is.
Well, it's his final home game, regardless. Engineers will be on the road for the playoffs. As it's chipped up towards the blue line, picked up there by Whiffen. Whiffen trying to throw it to the middle for Bell. He just lobs it into an open wing. Picked up by Prisky. McMaster backing up. Quinnipiac in no hurry, up by 4 with 11.5 to play. Tanner McMaster with it. 2 assists on the night and a +3. Solid evening for the junior. Now a shot from the far circle. Tipped wide and all the way down. Wave off the icing. As it's back to be gathered by McKernan. McKernan with it. On for Prisky. Both penalties about to expire as Prisky stick handles through the neutral zone and dumps it in. Wilson for Prapavesis. We'll see how aggressive the Engineers get here.
They need something.
Hayhurst had it knocked away. Chipped to center. Played by Reno. Lob back in by Tyrannies. And now Chuska. Backhands it around for Tiffenworth. Nearly stolen away by Nanny, but it's going to be Chuska again. On for Aldsworth. Credited with the most recent Quinnipiac goal moving into the zone, but close play at the line, but they're onside, and now Reno has it. Reno, center ice, bouncing puck. Up the boards. Tiffenworth. Down to 10 minutes to go, or thereabouts, as Morello carries it. Jake Morello with some speed. Tight angle shot save, picked up there by Alex Rodriguez. The Miami native drops it back from Morello. Fanned on the shot. It was a great pass. Now a shot by Riley. High and wide. His 4th unit. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time. They're having a solid shift here. Rodriguez twisting and turning along the wall. Played across, pass behind Riley. He was kind of crashing in, and the pass went back to the point, but it's a nice job to recover. Although it's taken over by the Bobcats and shot high off the glass to center ice.
Well, I mean, you got some guys working hard. Morello, I mean, scoring last night and playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Giveaway, and they score, and it's Alex Rodriguez.
You know what? You know, that line, relatively quiet. I believe that's Alex Rodriguez's first point of the season, but I always thought blibber blabbering. Geez, there we go. A-Rod puts it in the back of the net. That's what it is.
Alex Rodriguez with his first goal since a year ago tomorrow when he scored an RPI's 5-4 OT loss to who? These very same Quinnipiac Bobcats. So Alex Rodriguez hoping the Engineers play the Bobcats again tomorrow. I don't think that's happening, but either way, as Hutch mentioned, the first goal of the season, first point for Alex Rodriguez, makes it a 6-3 game, 9:13 left. DeVito, as that was just a bad giveaway. Shortridge took his time getting back to the net, and it was a wrap around into an open cage.
Can't relax.
Snapping a stick there was Mick. As it's carried on further, Krapavessis helped his man to the ice. That was Dwayne. As the Bobcats back on the attack, Engineers fans with something to cheer about a little bit here as it's now a 3-goal game again. Here's Whalen. Wrapped up by Hayhurst behind the goal. Hayhurst not backing down against the bigger Whalen. Actually, it's Dwayne. RPI looks to break out here. 3-on-3 as it hits center ice. Hayhurst just offside. We get a stoppage. That means we get Sarah Till again.
Sarah,
you're up. I hope she's ready. There she is.
Still right over here. So one really cool thing that happened right before that Rodriguez goal, that unit that you guys talked about that hasn't had a lot of time, when they were actually on the ice, they had a ton of possession within the Bobcat zone. That's something that the other lines haven't really been able to do, get in and establish a good forecheck and a good cycle. The Rodriguez line did, and it resulted in a goal. While the puck did come out before and then Rodriguez had to come in on another forecheck, that possession time tired down the Quinnipiac unit, and that allowed them to really possess the puck and then to come in and get that easy goal. One that Shortridge probably wants back, unfortunately.
Absolutely. As a goaltender, that has to be your worst nightmare there.
I'm not going to say it happened to me, but it's a terrible feeling.
At some point, maybe in your youth career, way back when, right?
Totally, yeah. Definitely when I was like 8 or something.
You blocked that out of your memory.
Long time ago.
Sarah, so do we see more of that fourth line? I know there's only 8:26 left.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that, Perry.
Do we see more of that group, that Rodriguez, Morello, and Reisinger?
I think if you're the coaching staff for RPI, you have to throw them out at least a few more times, mix them in. They obviously have the energy and they obviously have the recipe right now to break down the QPAC defense. So hopefully we see them out here a little bit more.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thanks, guys.
Sarah Till now along the glass, helping us out once more as the Engineers dump it in. It's a 6-3 game. Brady Whiffen in the corner. Trying to work his way in, off for Liljegren. Wrap around, fire it wide. Now Nanny will try his hand. He takes a hit there from Rafferty. Liljegren in the corner. Liljegren trying to walk it out. Shot and a save by Shortridge, right up into the glove. He'll hold on. And this top line for RPI, this biggest line, I guess, with Nanny and the two 6'3" big guys, Whiffen and Liljegren, kind of taking the reins there from that fourth group and the momentum kind of carrying over there.
Well, they're doing a great job, and using that size, being physical, being just that physical presence on the ice is huge for them right now. Just keep it on. Keep on the pressure.
Face-off flipped in by the Engineers. Polino takes a couple of shoves. Trying to work it off for Tyrannies. Stolen away by McKernan. And now Tiffenworth, a chance to relieve some of the pressure. Fires it out to center ice, 3-on-2 for the Bobcats. Prisky in. Prisky waiting, takes a shot blocked by Wilson. He too over 50 blocks on the year for the Engineers at the blue line. Center ice, kicked along by Polino. Tapped at by Prisky, jumped on by Tyrannies. Tyrannies trying to walk his way in front and is poked away at the last moment by McKernan. Bradley Bell with a nice play at the blue line. Bell walking in, still Bell, and one too many moves there as it's finally knocked away Played down low. Tyrannies. Spins away from a couple checks. Thrown in front. Picked up by Bell. Fakes the shot. Lost the puck. Prapavessis across to Vito. A drive, and he put it wide. Under 7 to go. High off the glass. Bell can't keep it in. A bouncing puck out to center. Tyrannies trying to play it across. Intercepted by Allsworth, who is making his way back on the play. Set aside by Perry. Bradley Bell. Back for Prapavessis, and now Bell again. Chipping past to Chuska. And a big hit by Wood in the corner. Penalty coming up here. As the Engineers got a touch, and no, we play on. Now there's a whistle, as there's a retaliation here. Chuska just ran Jake Wood. And we have fisticuffs here.
Oh boy.
Will Riley thrown on his back. I don't have to give you play-by-play. You can see this happening. Things have boiled over, you could say, Hutch.
I would absolutely say they boiled over. Here we go. Wow. Wow. Bottom cheap shots, fisticuffs, unreal.
I would not be surprised if Chuska gets tossed here.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
That was just
Chuska's got to go.
Relentless.
Quinnipiac with a 3-goal lead, which on normal occasions would seem out of hand, but the Engineers were knocking on the door there. Puck had just left, and they're putting Chuska in the box, but I don't know if he's going to stay there.
Well, let's see what comes of this. Yeah, RPI just on the attack there.
I couldn't quite see the Wood hit. Do we have Sarah Till? Can we go back to Sarah? She might have had a better angle on that corner. It was right in the near left corner. I couldn't quite see the hit by Wood.
I heard it.
If Sarah's around and can hear us, maybe we can get her opinion of that. But 6:20 left in the period. They're going to take a look at the play here. And CJ Hannafin in there. I think they're going to look at the replay. Sarah's back. We couldn't get enough. Sarah.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
So I did have a really good angle on that hit by Jake Wood. Unfortunately, he took, how when you're allowed to check, you can take a stride or two in.
Yeah.
He seemed to really take 3 to 4. He really lined the gentleman up and kind of just went for a boarding call. I think the ref made the right call there by putting his arm up, unfortunately. Now, the retaliation by Quinnipiac, totally out of line, unnecessary. As you mentioned, they're 3 goals up right now.
Right.
Not a time for them to come around and play who's the bigger bully in the sandbox.
Right, and so Chuska's hit was retaliating. Obviously, he went after Wood, who made the initial hit. So, just from your vantage point, are you thinking 5 right away, or for the Wood hit? Excuse me.
For the Wood hit?
Yeah, or do you think it's boarding? We really didn't have a good look.
I would stay with a minor. I would say it's a 2-minute personally. Okay. Just from what's been called earlier tonight.
Okay. So
however, if it was a 5-minute, I wouldn't be shocked.
But Chuska, a clear retaliation. Wood was nowhere near the puck.
That is something that I think should get a little bit of a stronger penalty, I'm not going to lie.
Well, yeah, a little bit, obviously from the RPI perspective as well. Hutch up here thinking the same thing. But to change the subject, because I don't want to dwell on this for too long, Till, how is the atmosphere on your side of things? I know it's very loud in here. Overall, what have you heard from the fans?
The fans, right now at least, they seem a little bit, there seems to be some booing, some disgruntlement over that last play.
I'm sure.
There's also been a lot of definite calls for more shooting by RPI and more offensive possession. Overall, though, people do seem to still have some good energy, so that's exciting.
That's exciting.
That's good.
Yeah, shooting more from fans, that's how we know we're at a hockey game, I think.
I think so, definitely. When someone says shoot the puck and it's at the red line.
That sounds like some standard hockey fare. Although this is the Big Red Freakout, we're just going to hear more and more of that. But
definitely.
Okay, so long delays for goaltenders, Sarah. Talk to me about that. Because I know these two are now stretching out. Chase Perry skating around. When there's a long delay for you, what did you have to do? Now we're getting.
I think if you're Chase Perry, your goal right now is to shut the door completely. It's to give your team some energy by making the big saves. And that's what your job is really as a goalie, and that's kind of that special power that you have as a goaltender. By simply making a good save, you can give your team so much energy, even more so than a pretty goal. Shortridge on the opposite end, he's done well all night. He's kept his composure. On that last play by Bradley Whiffrin, I did see him throw a blocker out, so RPI might be getting to him a little bit. So his job is to stay composed, know that his team has the lead, and to make the stops he needs to make.
This delay continues. They're reviewing, I believe, the hits if they can.
I think they are too.
And to determine, and I know they're allowed to do this, to determine if a player is going to be ejected or not. That's why they're allowed to look at these as you're going to look at Carlos Chuska out of Latvia. He's the one who retaliated and hit Jake Wood. Captains are out. That's Connor Clifton for Quinnipiac and Jimmy DeVito for RPI. I don't know how many more times I can look at this. Back in the old days, Hutch, they had to see it and make a decision, right, Sarah?
Indeed.
I kind of wish we were in that point of time right now.
Right, make a decision.
Just make a decision.
Keep them, take it or leave it.
You can look at any play in any sport an infinite amount of times and not have your mind on it. At a certain point, you just have to make your mind up.
Well, yes, you certainly do.
The longer this goes on, what do you think the verdict is? Do you think more or less, or does it really not matter?
I don't want to say one way or the other. I think the fans want to see hockey, so we need to make that decision. We got 6 minutes.
I agree. The fans want to see hockey. Is that right, Sarah?
Preach, Hutch. Preach. That's fantastic.
The fans want to see hockey.
Sometimes I talk
Hutch
too much.
wants to see hockey.
That's what I'm here for.
Sarah wants to see hockey.
Exactly. I am here for the hockey, gentlemen.
Yeah. And I believe the refs the fans are now booing.
They are not. It kind of sounds like an angry beehive behind me a little bit. So hopefully they'll come to a decision soon.
Well,
like the swarm.
Like the swarm. Just like the swarm. Sarah's attracting a crowd over there.
I'm just trying to stay low over here. Kind of make myself a small target, if you will.
Yeah. There are some Quinnipiac fans, too, that have made the trip, right? I can see a few over there. How's the mix, you think?
Perry, you were right.
That away, Perry. That a boy.
Well,
he's right.
Thank you, Sarah. And if there's one thing I like to be, it's right. No, I'm joking. But yeah, Chuska.
He's not joking.
Had to go. We said that right away.
Yeah, we did.
So they could have just gone to us, and we could have saved ourselves some time.
Next time.
Sarah, thanks so much for helping us out down there.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
Absolutely, gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
Sarah Tell down on the glass. Carlos Chuska is sent to the locker room with 6:20 left, and he might get 5. I believe how this is going to work. Yep, we're going to play 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then the Engineers will have a 3-minute non-releasable power play on the major. So Chuska off for cross-checking a 5-minute major, a 10-minute misconduct.
Yes.
So he will not miss the next game. It's not a DQ. That's the good news for him.
For him, yes.
Jake Wood's off for 2 minutes. Wood off for charging, which is exactly what Sarah said. Too many steps.
She called it.
Sarah's right as well.
Sarah's right, Perry's right. And I'm just here for support.
You're here to look good.
How am I doing?
Very, very well. So, someone's going to have to serve this penalty. It looks like it's going to be Dwayne. Luckily, I caught that before. We couldn't see him. He disappeared into a sea of red. So the game did get more interesting, Hutch, after the penalties.
It sure did.
But RPI with a glimmer of hope. If they can get a 4-on-4 goal, that's going to be key, I think. Because with 6:20 left, you don't have a lot of time after the 4-on-4 is over. You're down to a little over 4 minutes, and then you get basically the rest of the game on the power play. So seemingly, if you can get one quickly, then you can maybe get 2 in the last 3 on the man advantage, and you're looking at maybe tying this thing at 6.
Bada bing, bada boom. Tied at 6.
Call me crazy.
Crazy.
Well, okay.
Hey, Perry. No, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Perry. I think, and the RPI has been fantastic on the power play. So
absolutely.
Getting one on 4-on-4 would be clutch for them right now.
We're going to have hockey again, folks. I hope you didn't go too far from your monitor or TV screen or whatever you have this playing on. Maybe you have it on a projector.
Oh.
I hope that. Wouldn't that be cool?
Projectors.
I'm guessing somebody has it on a projector.
Somebody somewhere has to have it on a projector.
All right. There's 3 Bobcats in the penalty box. Some serving penalties they didn't commit, but that is the rules. We're going to have 4-on-4.
Again.
We do have 4 players from each team on the ice. Now all we're missing are some officials and a puck.
You need officials and you need a puck.
You'd think, now,
well, maybe.
One more going in the box. Jared Wilson's going in.
Fill him up. A lot of bodies in the box.
Oh my goodness!
There's no more room.
There is no more room in either penalty box. We're still playing 4-on-4. Yes, we are. So 2 full minutes of 4-on-4, then 3 minutes of non-releasable power play time. If you've dozed off. 6:20 to go in the third period. 6-3 Quinnipiac leads. We cover all our bases.
I think we covered the bases. I don't think anyone might have dozed off in that time, but.
I think I want to go back to Sarah, but we're about to play hockey. I hope.
I think it looks like it.
She's hiding. No, she's right there. I can see her.
We're underway.
Sure, she's loving all this. Hey, we're back to hockey here, and it's Riley Bourbonnais kicking it into the offensive zone. Gathered here by Connor Clifton. He'll stop behind the net. The time on the side of the Bobcats in this 40th Big Red Freakout. And a chance for maybe a 3-on-2, although they're offside, as it was Connor Clifton moving into the offensive zone. We'll have a stoppage, exactly 6 minutes left in this one. RPI needs a goal every 2 minutes.
Well,
that's good math.
That's great math with that RPI degree.
Using it.
Never say never.
We're back to action here. McKernan. Davidson. Lobbing to center ice. Prapavesis gathers in his own zone. On for Bradley Bell. He's looked dynamic so far tonight as Bell. Did have that one big blunder that turned into one of those first period goals. He gave the puck away. Maybe can atone for that here with a big one to pull RPI within 2. Here is Bourbonnais. Up ice. Stick handling. Right into the zone. Bourbonnais now his backhand fires wide. Minute to go, 4-on-4 play. Whiffen. In the corner. Pried out of there by Rafferty. Fed across. Good connection. Davidson. Stick handling. Plays it on for Shutt, who just shoots it deep. Exactly what the Bobcats need to do. Leading by 3. Polino trying to gather speed through the neutral zone. Patrick Polino on the move, trying to go coast to coast. Good poke check by Prisky. Back come the Bobcats. Bo Pieper trying to make a move. Fanned on the shot and caught Manley. Looks to be all right. Shot in by Quinnipiac. We are 15 seconds away from a very long power play, a 3-minute, what's left of the major, on the cross-checking call that sent Chuska to the locker room. And that should be icing? It should be. It is. There's your whistle. So, very inopportune time to ice the puck for Quinnipiac. You're about to go on the kill. You have to send that same group out there, and RPI is about to get a guy on the ice.
That's awareness right there. I don't know if he thought they were
already killed.
I don't know. It was just aware. You got to know the situation.
Well, Engineers don't want to have too many men here. That would put a damper on that power play. Out of the box now. Engineers on the power play for 3 minutes with 4:15 left. Down by 3. Prapavesis gets it back there from Hayhurst. Firing it down low. Lildgren had a whack at it, but the puck was gone. Into the corner it goes. Prisky throwing his shoulder. Just missed a hit on Riley Bourbonnais. And it's between some skates, trying to jam it out of there. It's against Prisky in the wall. Now DeVito. He'll carry it up the boards. Nice move by DeVito to create some room. Up top for Hayhurst. Prapovesis. 2:20 on the power play. More importantly, 3.5 to go in the game. DeVito had to catch it on the skates. Lost the puck. Takes a hit from McKernan, who dropped his stick. It's played behind. Bourbonnais. Carrying. DeVito. Waiting. Still DeVito across. Prapovesis holding. Prapovesis still holding. Waiting. Back for Hayhurst. Hayhurst a shot. That one blocked by bodies in front. Everybody had collapsed between the hash marks. Prisky trying to clear. Does to center. Chance for the Bobcats to change a couple on the kill. RPI moves it right back in. DeVito for Bourbonnais. Had to dig it out of the skates of McMaster. Under 3 to play in regulation. Lob back to center. Prapovesis with it there. RPI will change its power play grouping. Just a minute 20 remains on this man advantage. Tyrannies. Morello. On further. Here's Whiffen trying to work it down low. Off goes Perry. 6-on-4 with a minute left on the power play. Bell. Down low. Polino. Morello. Loose in the slot, and it's cleared. This will be wide of the goal as the Engineers will track it down. We're playing 6-on-4 for another 42 seconds, Hutch.
Yeah, we are. We need something here as the clock ticks down.
Rung in by Polino. Morello trying to beat his man to the puck. They tie up in the corner. It's Prisky. Skips around. A chance for McKernan to clear. He's got a lot of ice. Looking for that empty net. And he finds it from 180 feet. And it's 7-3. An empty net shorthanded goal for Kevin McKernan. His 4th goal of the year. Junior from Millbury, Mass. If the game wasn't, I guess, already over, he puts maybe an ending to that there.
Say that might have done it. That'll put the nail in the coffin, as they say, but Engineers send Chase Barry back to the cage. You can see him there. Still in the boxes, Jared Wilson. And we have another penalty. No, it was just, I think Will Raleigh was just rearranging himself. Someone's getting released here. These guys are just waiting there until their name is called. They would have sat there the rest of the game. Well, what do we got?
We got Dwayne and Martin going to the locker room. They've seen enough of this. You see Dwayne and Martin, they're going to get first dibs on the team meal. More importantly, first dibs on the shower, I guess. Yeah. It's a big one. Shot in by the Bobcats. Prapovesis. Minute and a half to go. Engineers trying to salvage something. Shot through Reisinger all the way down. Rodriguez has the 3rd RPI goal tonight, his 1st of the year. Reisinger fans on the shot. Second try, no. Back out to Prapovesis. He'll lob it back in. Bouncing puck, Shortridge. That one just skipped right around him. Didn't quite know where that one was ended up. Shot back in by Prapovesis. Under a minute to go in the 3rd of the 40th Big Red Freakout. Played through the middle of the ice. Remember to stick around. We have the senior ceremony, which will be aired in its entirety here. Al Shibley on the PA doing the announcing for that. We have 40 seconds to go in this one. Engineers are on the road at number 12 Cornell and Colgate for their final 2 regular season games. And Bourbonnais in. Centering pass broken up by Prisky. Just the game the Bobcats needed after falling at the Union yesterday 4-1. Exploding for 7. Here's a shot tipped over the top off of Wood. Here's Wood again. Off the boards, trying to find DeVito. Stolen away and moved out to center with one. That'll do it. And just hope these two teams separate and nothing else happens after the horn. I think the referees did a pretty solid job in this game. You know,
kind of handling it. Yeah, handling it. Yeah.
Chusta got sent off. They did the right things. Referees kept this game under control. You see a lot of times games can get out of control. Credit to C.J. Hannafin, Torrey Mazzola, Glenn Cook, James Shea for keeping things sane and civil out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it can get chippy out there, and now right now when they go to shake hands, the coaches are going to be somewhere in the middle, and strap it up, boys. Nothing cheap here.
As is the tradition, the teams will shake hands, of course, and no bad blood between these two teams. Not a lot of playoff series between them.
Right.
Not since the mid-2000s they haven't played, I believe, in the postseason. So no reason to be upset with each other, not regional rivals or anything.
Sure.
Just a couple of flare-ups. Happens in hockey games when tensions are high, as they were this evening, Hutch. But RPI falling here 7-3, and tough to take. Another 3-game freak-out losing streak.
Yep.
It's the 4th one in school history, as RPI players finishing the handshake line will eventually get to salute the fans here, the ones who haven't quite made to the exits. But you know, it's a tough one to take for RPI. You've been playing really well recently. You're excited for the Big Red Freakout. You have a good game last night against a red-hot Princeton team. You end Princeton's 6-game unbeaten streak. You have a Quinnipiac team that comes in, a team you haven't beaten in 13 tries, now 14. 14-game unbeaten streak for Quinnipiac against RPI, second longest for any opponent in RPI history. And so I mean, we're going to send it down to Sarah. We'll be back in a moment to finish that thought.
Sure.
Sarah Tills down with Seth Appert at the bench. Sarah.
Thank you, Perry. Seth Appert has graciously agreed to join me. Thank you for being here, Seth.
You bet, Sarah. Thanks for having me on.
So obviously not the result you guys want tonight. What's a couple positives you guys can take out of this game going forward?
You know, it's just one of those games. We had a great start. We come out flying, score an early goal. Chase Perry in the last 6 weeks has been one of the best goalies in the country. And tonight, it just wasn't his night. Some pucks found their way through. You know, goals that he doesn't normally give up. And then you're playing from behind, and it's tough, obviously, after that. But we kept fighting the whole way, and we'll just learn from this and go get ready for next weekend.
Awesome. And about these 4 seniors that you have here tonight, can you just quickly say a few words for each of them?
You know what? They're blue-collar guys. They embody the program. They embody our school. All of them. They all struggled early in their time here, not only on the ice, but sometimes in the classroom because it's a hard school here. All 4 of them did an unbelievable job to get better on the ice, get better in the classroom. Guys, their class all was in the high 3s this last semester. Riley Bourbonnais is an engineering major, 3.5 GPA, leading goal scorer, captain. We're going to miss all 4 of them. Great kids, and they represented our school and our program in a first-class manner.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Seth. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
Guys, back to you, Perry.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Coach Seth Appert and Hutch. I think Seth nailed it right on the head there. Chase has been played so well, and we're going to throw it. We're going to get away from us to go right to Al Shibley.
First off, a forward from Georgetown, Ontario. He has played in 117 career games, posting 15 goals, 15 assists for 30 points. He scored his first collegiate goal in a 4-2 win over New Hampshire right here at the Fieldhouse back in 2013. Collecting 8 goals, 9 assists, 17 points. He finished with 43 blocked shots. Good for 8th nationally among forwards. Please acknowledge number 27, Jake Wood. Greeting Jake at center ice, his parents, Kevin and Judy Wood, grandparents, Ruth and Jake Wood, his sister, Deborah Travasos, her family, Mike, Talon, and Audrina. Jake Wood and his family. Next is a defenseman from Edina, Minnesota. He's played in 94 games for the Engineers, has 2 goals, 15 assists, 17 points, picked up his first collegiate goal in a 7-1 win over Sacred Heart in 2013. This year he has 5 assists and ranks 8th in ECAC hockey with 50 blocked shots. with 4 career multi-point games to his credit. Please welcome number 2, alternate captain Parker Reno. Meeting Parker at center ice, his parents Glenn and Margene Reno, his sister Paige Reno. Next is a forward from Bloomingdale, Illinois. He's suited up 117 times for the Engineers. He scored 6 goals, 18 assists, 24 points. He scored a goal in his first collegiate game in 2013 at Boston College. Last year, he produced 11 points on 2 goals, 9 assists, helping RPI to a senior night win with a pair of assists in a 2-1 win. Welcome number 20, Captain Jimmy DeVito. With Jimmy at center ice, his parents Jim and Tony DeVito, his sisters Gianna and Danielle DeVito. And next is a forward from Rochester, New York. He's played in 115 games, is the team's active leader with 64 points on 33 goals, 31 assists. His first 3 collegiate goals, a hat trick against Union on a Black Friday in 2014 in a 6-1 RPI win. Last season, he led the Engineers in points with 26 goals and 15 power play goals with 5 and multi-point games with 6. Second on the team this season with 24 points before tonight on 13 goals, 11 assists. Ranked 12th nationally, and his 3 shorthanded tallies are 4th. He hasn't gone consecutive weekends without recording at least 1 point since February of 2015. Welcome the captain, number 14, Riley Bourbonnais. And with Riley at center ice, his parents John and Lori Bourbonnais, his sister Taylor Bourbonnais. Hockey fans, a group that represents the program in a first-class manner. Your Rensselaer men's hockey senior class.
Hutch, always a great ceremony for the senior class, the send-off. Of course, there'll be the banquet and all the other things to come. But still some season to be played for RPI. One blip in the radar for them as they look to make their way back into to playoff form. I think last night more indicative of the way things have gone than tonight, 7-3 defeat.
Sure, they cool off Princeton last night, and they just got to move forward. Sometimes you're the hammer, and sometimes you're the nail. I don't think I have to say which is which, but they just got to keep their heads up and keep moving forward.
Seems like Quinnipiac has the Engineers' number. As mentioned, that's now 14 straight without a win against the Bobcats. Seems like it's just that way sometimes.
You just got to shake. I mean, nothing to be said about it or done about it now. We'll just see if they meet again. We'll have to change it then.
Well, for everybody here at RPI TV, I want to thank you so much for tuning in for the 40th annual Big Red Freakout. I know we tried to bring in as entertaining a broadcast is possible. All the great folks here at RPI TV behind the scenes doing such an awesome job to bring you all the different angles and the replays and everything. And they put a lot of effort in. As you can take a look, send your pictures to on Twitter to hashtag Freakout17. And we'll be sharing those from wherever you've been watching the game from. I hope you do. Hutch, final thoughts here.
I hope everyone enjoyed it, and it was good to be here. It was good hockey, one way or the other, coming down with a loss. But good night. Thank you.
So for Sarah Till, Tyler Hutchinson, I'm Perry Lascaris. Everybody here at RPI TV, we thank you for once again watching tonight's game. Your final score was Quinnipiac 7 and RPI 3. You've been watching live coverage of the 40th annual Big Red Freakout on RPI TV.